Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures back in positive territory once again this morning, looking to extend gains from last week in a big way as well. Moderna coming out the latest of the drug makers to show an efficacy rate in their vaccine that is through the roof. 90% for Pfizer and BNTX. Moderna saying, hold on, we have 94.5% efficacy rate. So we'll have a look at Moderna stock coming up here in a little bit. Everything related to the economy starting to reopen and get back to normal to the upside as a result. The entire travel sector as a group, big time positive territory this morning. Airlines up about 5%, cruise operators more than that, right across the board. So the entire group will be worth a look here this morning. Theater operator AMC, also big move this morning, back to the upside on this news. We'll have a look at some stay-at-home stocks struggling here in the pre-market. Zoom to the downside, Peloton also under pressure. We also have Palantir, another big move into positive territory this morning. It is Monday, November 16th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Yeah, nicely positive even throughout the APAC region overnight early on this morning. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up. 1+% top to bottom for the most part. We'll shift over to North America and see more positive numbers, although it looks like the NASDAQ has come back. I was noticing it was the first to break back to the downside, but the Dow you can see still nicely higher, 1.5% into positive territory. The TSX here in Toronto positive, with Brazil's open trading higher. Look at crude oil, 4.25% move for crude there. Gold also to the downside. Quick little move back into negative territory. We saw initial strength in some of the gold names. Good morning, guys. It is Monday. More positive vaccine news. We have everything travel related going crazy once again. Not as exciting. We were sitting here just before we came on saying, not as exciting as it was a week ago. Today is when we got that Pfizer BNTX news as well. Well,
yeah, obviously it's good news, but certainly all week long you heard it was similar technology in this vaccine from Moderna. So the same type of efficacy was somewhat expected. They did beat it, and it stays in the fridge longer. So that's obviously a positive as well. It actually has BioNTech under a little bit of pressure this morning, to say the least. But there is plenty to watch. You guys may or may not remember a certain stock, NEO, was on the move on Friday. And I think the entire EV space, once again, is going to be into play. Just watching it to round towards lows one more time, it does feel like it could get weak. Again, in NEO and the stay-at-home play, I feel like the selling is going to be coming into some of those names. I'm watching Peloton, Nautilus also under pressure this morning. There's a lot to watch today, Sean. Tons to get to.
Yeah, we've already cooking up some winners here on AMC. Already short 48, down to 42. Just took a bit off. We have a decent amount of shares, so we're doing that. Yeah, we're going to be watching CCL today. Told you guys about Simon Property Group. You're seeing where that's going. You see Palantir today as well. So it's been a big day for all of us investors as well, Brandon. Let's go. Right,
yeah. Lots on the watch list this morning, guys. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you sign up for the watch list. Absolutely free to you. Every single morning we'll deliver it right to your inbox. We talk about all the things that are moving around in the pre-market, all the stocks and the news related to them. And then we discuss between 9 and 9:30 what we are going to do with them coming up a little bit later on. Yeah, we have a brand new educational video for you. Another one, this is a great one. This is all about trading computers. If you're wondering, what are the best options when it comes to looking for a new trading computer? We break it down into 3 different options for you. So check that out coming up about 11:40, 11:45. Valeria will have the link for you in the chat. Stick around for that. Speaking of Valeria, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brandon, and hello, traders. Happy Monday, everyone. Please be supportive, subscribe to our channel, share the link with friends, and smash the like button. Let's get it started, Brandon.
Yeah, let's indeed get it started. Lots to get through this morning. We'll kick things off here with Moderna. Again, guys, if you haven't done so yet, sign up for the watch list. We'll go over all the stocks we have on the watch list before we get to the open at 9:30 every single morning. All you have to do is enter your email address, comes right to your inbox. We will talk about Moderna here. Yeah, they came out and said that their COVID-19 vaccine in the first interim data coming out of their late stage trial has a 94.5% efficacy rate. So they are already talking, guys, about the possibility of FDA emergency use approval in the coming weeks. Neil, you mentioned there briefly. I think the bigger point here is the Pfizer BNTX vaccine requires to be refrigerated at very, very extreme low temperatures to a point where basic pharmacies won't have the equipment available to, even be able to refrigerate it, whereas this one does.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're seeing the big jump in Moderna, and similarly, I mean, Pfizer's not down very much, but BioNTech certainly under pressure this morning, and that's the reason why. So very, very similar products, obviously a great efficacy. If you're looking for that fade play, I'm going to be looking at it, of course, because it's worked a few times, but just got to watch the last time there was this play, there was a bit of a break through the high, and then it turned around. So I might be a little bit more patient. This is definitely going to be strong news for mRNA here. But I'm looking at this, obviously 106 is going to be the top. It's consolidating much, much lower. So I need it to move, at least make some kind of a test at the open into this 3 or 4 range in front of that 6. And then if it breaks, you've got to definitely either do one of two things. Either have a smaller position that you're willing to get out, maybe get back in, or you think about just waiting for it to see if it tests like $1 higher at that 107, something along those lines. So I'm still looking for that fade play if at 9:30 there's some buying into this news and then we don't necessarily break through the high. So similar to the pattern before, let's see if we can't make it work again.
Yeah, I think we just fade everything that we can here probably on mRNA. We just got out of some nice little bottom picks there. 39 on AMC was a good one. mRNA, so we're short 48s. We're almost out of AMC there. I think it could rip off the open, to be honest with you guys. Okay, 103, 102 and change. I mean, look, the fact that you can store this in your fridge, I think is fantastic. I think people will buy this more than they will buy the other vaccine. I'm not sure if it's a double dose or not required for this, but I like mRNA. The only problem here is, of course, all the vaccine news generally gets played out and faded down to the downside. I think it's between like $32 and $36 a vial. So that could also be a problem. It could be a little bit expensive as well. But we're going to wait to see on this one. Moderna, I don't like to trade it too much, but I think that you'd be foolish not to look at a 106 break, that's for sure.
Yeah, similar to Pfizer's vaccine, it is actually a double dose, so you have to get it twice to be effective. Travel stocks, same. It's almost a repeat of last Monday. We saw all of the travel stocks with big gains last Monday on the Pfizer news. Same thing this morning. As I mentioned, they are coming back a little bit here, but when I first sat down this morning, airlines were kind of 5 to 7%. Cruise lines more than that, 6 to 10% into positive territory. A lot of these guys already coming back though.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Spirit Airlines in particular, you look at this gap that happened on last week on Monday, got all the way to 23 and then faded heavily. But this was right at 9:30. That was the best price you could see on Spirit the entire week, was right at 9:30 off the Pfizer news. It's a somewhat similar looking chart. I mean, there was a pullback last week, and we're getting a similar thing this morning. I don't know whether we actually have the juice to get all the way towards this current top, 2240, even that 23 mark. It doesn't feel like we're as strong this morning. So I'm looking at this 22 here, and I feel like that's going to be a bit of a jump-off point. On Tuesday, that was the high, and we just rejected heavily off of, well, not heavily, but rejected off of that here in the pre-market. So, if we can break through 22, maybe there's that little run-up that you saw on Monday morning. Otherwise, it just feels like this is getting sold a little bit off of this strength. So, first look, it's got to hold above 22, and that's on Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, the ES still up 1%, and the NASDAQ coming back to life right now. So that's really good to see. Obviously, on some of this news here, you're going to see some of these markets sell off, including the NASDAQ, right? The stay-at-home plays are going to come down a little bit. You do see Zoom, and when stay-at-home plays come down, that means that CCL goes up. So obviously, when all the world is fine, everyone's going to be booking cruises, and yeah, it just held 17, and that's the level that we like here. We like 17 on Carnival Cruise Lines. You can see here if I pull up a little bit of a longer period time frame here. This is a 20 period, 17, the lowest it's gotten since it's tested with it the last couple of days, 1670. So if you can get long around $17, you do have a hold down here to 1670. That's been the bottom. So I like CCL up here. I don't know if we take out 1785 or not, but why not? I mean, it should be a good trade today. And if I'm going to choose anything, I just believe in trading the best, one that you're most successful with. So if you have success with, like Neil just said, Spirit, Carnival, Norwegian, there's a whole bunch of them. Definitely take your pick. But I like Carnival. I like it through there. Oh, let's check out the imbalance locator. That's another thing. Carnival, big one. That's another reason why we're going to look at that. AMC, we talked about being short that already. I'm just slowly getting out of it. CCL, big to the buy side. NEO there, which is coming up, I believe, soon on our list here. 1.27 million shares to sell. I know a lot of you like to look at this. There's our Fisker down there as well. That's been a big buy for us. Space, there's news. That's also on our watch list. And Palantir, I don't like to see the sells, but we're still up that 5 or 6%.
Yeah, NEO, guys, we actually left that one off this morning. There's no additional catalyst for this, but we talked about it on Friday. It was Citron coming out saying $25 for NEO. That's their price target on the stock currently. So we saw just an absolute crater heading into the close throughout the afternoon on Friday. Why don't we talk about NEO, guys? Let's have a look at some levels maybe for NIO. Already doing significant volume. It was 10 plus million last time I checked. But yeah, on the Citron short warning, I guess, for NEO on Friday.
Yeah, you guys saw that reversal on Friday if you were watching along. It was trending along rather strongly, and then NEO fell off an absolute rock, and it was just fantastic shorting for anybody that had it. Certainly, we're all over it here. You made a bottom at 40.50 here, just a little bit higher than that, actually. And then if you go down a little bit, maybe 38, with the next two levels to the downside. I'm looking to still jump on the party to the south side. Now, remember, because it fell 10%, I know it's only down 7% now. It is short sell restricted. The rule applies for that current trading day and then the following one as well. So if it pulls back into the 43 range, I think getting above there could be a trend reversal. I'm not really seeing it. For now, I'm going to be playing the shorts. I'll be playing the break through the low of the day. I much prefer, on the way up, I usually prefer buying dips in NEO, so I would almost prefer to be shorting pops. And I think that same thing holds true here. So I'm looking at 42 to 43 if you look at this consolidation range if we pop up. Otherwise, you're looking at a bottom break. Either at 41 here, but Friday's low of 40.50, I like just as well.
Yeah, we just went short there, expecting this break here of the low of the day of 41. So we're just short right now at $40 and 41.14. Sorry, it's printing 11s right now. So I'm still going to use. I'm not giving up on NEO. Again, this is not a heavy position. You guys, we've talked about that all the time. I don't get into big positions here in the pre-market too early anyways, especially at 9:12. But the momentum to this stock way to the downside. Neil just went over some levels. We're going to go short now ahead of this break of 41 and just think that when it does break, that we've seen it go a lot. And 42 and change will be my out. So maybe even all the way back here to VWAP, 42.38. We're pretty light on shares, so we can afford to hold this. Let's just watch the 41 break. Already in the money here, 6 pennies, guys.
All right, guys, we were talking about some of the travel names coming back in a little bit. We saw initial weakness in the stay-at-home group. They are now moving back to the upside. So, I mean, we can have a look at Zoom. There's Peloton. There's Roku even was very weak this morning. In the pre-market in negative territory. Amazon, big expensive stock as well, but also was in negative territory. But this entire group kind of mirror opposite, I guess, of what the travel names are doing currently.
I mean, and that's exactly what we talked about. This is going to be the stay-at-home plays, Zoom, Peloton, Roku. I'll add Roku to the list as well. You can basically add everything NASDAQ to the list. The market, the Dow's going to open up almost 500 points here, and the NASDAQ's going to open up slightly down. If it could go up, though. So we're going to see. If the NASDAQ does get going, man, we got to love Zoom. The reason why we have this 20-period moving average or 20-period chart is just to show you the bottoms here in the last couple of days. Back down to the 10th. We bottomed out. That was, some crazy days as well. That was about a day last week. You bottomed out here 370. So I think 387. You can definitely give it back down here to 370. We were as high as 430 last week. So there's lots. There goes NEO breaking through 41. So basically on this one, we're going to wait. I'm going to see if I can pick some up at 370. Let's just see what the market wants to do today, whether or not they think about high side. There's NEO, by the way. Whether or not they think about high side play for Zoom or continue to fade it. Look at the size here at 41, guys. We could get out of some right now for 13 pennies. Let's watch and see 41 break.
Yeah, just remember, that's a lot of the size there is on the New York book. I want to jump to Peloton here. I know certainly a lot of people looking at this name as well, but not bouncing as much as, Brendan mentioned some of the stay-at-home were getting a bit of a bounce as you saw the retracement come in the airlines. But I'm looking at Peloton. It still feels relatively weak. There's the break Looks like 41 did just break, so I'm sort of getting triggered in here on NEO as well. It is short sell restricted, so you can't hit that bid. But I'm looking at this level here, so about 99.65 to that 100 as a bit of a resistance point. Like I said, it just looks relatively weak here to me on Peloton. And I think if it takes out the bottom here at 96, that could be a good trade as well. Volume only 500,000 shares, so it might not be the most active name in the whole world, but certainly I'll be looking to short Peloton into that 100. Also take a shot at that breakdown at the bottom. It just feels like, of those names, it's the weakest.
And there it is. We'll unplug a little bit here on NEO and took some out right there, 95. So that's good. But now you're down to 86, 87. So we still got 2/3 of this one and already cashing in. No, Marlon, we are not at our daily goal yet. The market didn't even open, silly guy.
Still 15 minutes, guys. I want to take a break here just for a second. We'll talk about a little bit of a change that's coming up, guys. Coming up on the 30th. So not next Monday, but 2 weeks Monday, we're going to have a little bit of a change as far as the show is concerned. We're going to shift the start time of the show back 30 minutes. So we're actually going to be starting at 8:30. So we're going to give you all kinds of additional value in the pre-market. We're going to get through, more names in the pre-market, more in-depth analysis in the pre-market. We might even start bringing on some guests in the pre-market, talk about all kinds of exciting stuff. So let me throw this one up. There we go, and we'll have a look at this. Yeah, November 30th, Monday, November 30th, guys. Mark it on your calendar. 8:30, the new start time for us. So an additional 30 minutes in the pre-market to kind of go over, as I said, symbols, talk about more in-depth analysis, talk about more levels that we can look at once the market gets open. So mark that in your calendar coming up on the 30th. Guys, let's continue along here as we work our way through these names. Palantir, the next one that we'll talk about, guys. Jefferies Financial out this morning with positive outlook as far as their projections for full year guidance for PLTR was a little bit better than expected.
First of all, guys, everybody, we're really super happy that you like that new announcement there. I mean, I don't see anybody here that is not losing their mind on this, so that's fantastic. And thanks. Now we'll just be there earlier with you guys. No, we're happy to do that. There's another win there, another 50 cents taken on NIO for the nice little break there to win on that. Okay, you guys know we love Palantir. I tweeted out earlier that we were up 5%. We were up a hell of a lot more than 5% earlier at 17.50. Hello. Yeah, look, we like this stock. We've liked it for a while. We've talked about that. I also talked about AMC taking out the top as well. Looks like it might happen, but maybe not. Palantir today, look, we traded it on Thursday on earnings day, and we talked about not liking it too much on some of that action. Then we came in on Friday, made some decent trades long off this, and then it just got super choppy. This level here, 15.30, is what's held, and it sucks to say that because we're all the way up here at 16 and change. We don't really have any levels. I mean, I can drop this down to a 3-minute chart here on Palantir. The reason why we're spending so much time is you're going to hear me in this name a lot today, most likely. And so here it is right here, 16.25. When we've been up here before, we've held 16.25. As soon as that broke, it was all the downside, and we've never really been back up there since. So I'm looking right now at this hold. This is $16. We're going to see if it can hold that. If it does, then we go back to the upside and we watch out for this level right here, 16.40. So I have written down here 16 and 16.40. We're going to hold on to that one for Palantir. NEO, we got out, and thank God we did. I mean, it's coming back just a little bit here. So a good out there on NEO. Our best out. Let's just find out where it was, guys. Ooh, almost at the low of the day, a 77 there. The low of the day is a 71 on that. So you want to play anything on the way back up. But Palantir, those are the levels. We'll see if we can hold 16, and then we will see about 16.40. Still, it's growing, guys. It's growing. 783,000 shares. It's already paired off quite a bit, though. Watch out for Palantir, the downside. There goes NEO, man. Just keep reloading those shorts, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, I think let's just right over to AMC. I think it's the next one on the list here, guys. Obviously, we've been talking about this one in position. So stay-at-home play, sort of a recovery name play. And last time on Friday, it was much stronger. Sorry, last Monday when we got the Pfizer news. You are seeing another gap to the upside, but just a little bit weaker, and it didn't even get through that $4 range. So basically shorting this one around this 350 area. It does have a nice little 365, 370 top if you want to look at it. But what I love about this 365, again, if you go back earlier in the week, a bit of a resistance point on another heavy sell day on the Tuesday. So I've been getting into shares in and around this mid to 40s to high to low 50s range. So my average price has basically been 48 the whole time, taking some profit as there is some buying down at 40. But the most of it, I'd like to see if we can't get down towards this 310 to 320 range for a nice little winner on AMC. So it's not necessarily as volatile as it was last Monday, but certainly it looks like the retracement can be on just as well. I would expect there'd be support down around 280, 290 like there was last week. So you might even think about buying down there.
All right, guys. Sean mentioned it briefly. Their space, Virgin Galactic, with some news this morning. They've had to delay their final test flight, their orbiting test flight, due to COVID restrictions or additional COVID restrictions that have been put in place in the area surrounding where they are using the test facility in New Mexico. So space, big move down here, guys, in the pre-market. This one, another one that is starting to kind of find a bottom here. It looks like 20 and then 20 and a half might be some key levels. But yeah, big move down here, 7% for Virgin Galactic.
Yeah. I mean, I think here, anyways, that you play this name to the long side. Obviously, it's a company that we like, we love. We've talked about space a bunch of times. We did have one of our traders, guest traders of the day, talk about this name long at like 14, 15, and that was fantastic. We've made money trading options. NEO back to the upside there, so good thing. We're out of 2/3 of that one, almost out of it all. Okay, I like space breaking $21. Only because, look, the news has been great, and it's a COVID story at this point now. So we do know that if you are bullish, and I am, obviously, on the COVID space and getting resolved this a little bit quicker than we had hoped. I think by next fall, winter, we could be, back to a space where we're a little more happy walking around outside and whatnot. So I think this is a longer term play. I'm not too nervous about this down 7%. If they're going to say everything's on track, except for the fact that they've got to slow down due to some, New Mexico or whatever this launch site was, some of the restrictions in place, those will get lifted and they will launch. So for me, this is a story that continues to go. I like Virgin Galactic now through 21, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only level I had down in space. And it didn't make sense to me that it was down so much, off of that to begin with. Obviously, SpaceX with a historic launch, which it bodes well for them, but a sort of unrelated thing, but maybe you see this nice little bounce off 19 each time, and ideally, I almost would wish it would come down here. You'd get a nice little buying opportunity in something which looks like it's found fantastic support, but I was surprised to see it down as much as it is. So I was looking at 21 at the only level I had written down.
All right, real quick, guys, let's go to Simon Property Group, another one with news this morning. Big mover to the upside. They finalized their agreement with Taubman Centers, a competitor in the mall, real estate mall space. $52.50 per share now. Simon Property Group picking up Taubman versus the earlier deal that was $43 per share. So they like this one. All the analysts with upgrades on SPG today.
Well, I guess I should be probably an analyst because I beat all these guys to this call a hell of a long time ago, guys. And we'll hit the money. We'll explode the money. Those of you, Matt Murphy, if you're still watching this show, you know what's good. Everyone knows what's good. I think you also do as well. Daryl, we talked about SPG a lot, and I think that you said you were in this with me. So congratulations to anybody here. Not only trying to make you guys some money trading here, we're also trying to make some money in our investment accounts. You guys know we're long in the low 60s, man. It's at $80 right now. That's a big bump up. I'm going to look to take some off today as soon as this show is over. We've talked about that before, and it's up here to $83. I'm not super. I just said maybe we have a resolve by next summer, fall, winter, something like that. Then I think that this can get back going. I love this high of 97. But right now, Simon Property Group, get that deal done. They pay 42 versus 56. So it's a better price than they had thought. Now you're moving to the upside here. Simon Property Group, guys. Not only is it paying dividends, guys, but we are catapulting yourselves through the roof here. This has been a call that I made a hell of a long time ago. So thank you, Morgan and everybody else. Get on my back. I'll carry you.
Yeah, so the key thing to look at here, Taubman, obviously going to be trading up on the news. It's a cash deal, $43. So obviously you got to consider the fact that it's a major savings for Simon Property, and this is going to be a lot of the reason why it's to the upside. For me, I would look to fade Simon Property Group probably today, and Taubman, I will do market making. You can see I made a bunch of in and outs, just basically trying to capture some spread. It's done good volume at 5 million, but there should not be too much in terms of volatility here. The fear before was that the deal wouldn't go through. That's why I was trading at $39 last week, and you're going to see it trade to the upside here. But obviously, it's not going to have much volatility in TCO today.
All right, guys, let's bring in Arun here, and we'll have a look at the overall market, talk about the futures, what levels we need to be aware of going into the session here. Arun, almost a carbon copy of a week ago Monday, as we've been saying. Had the Pfizer news last week, Moderna news this morning, but a little bit weaker here.
Yeah, so this market, it's found a couple areas, which is interesting in terms of volume. So just above 20, there's a ton of selling, and just underneath 10, there's a ton of buying. So you're going to have to range trade this until we get a breakout in either direction. That's what I'm going to do. I was able to actually get a short earlier this morning. I'm out now, but just above 20, I was able to get in a short and then just work the exit now. So here we are coming back down towards 15 now. If we get closer to 10 and find some buying, I'm going to step back in, go ahead, go for the long if I can find a proper setup there. 95 is going to be the stop on that. And if we get above 20 and start to find some more selling, then 35 is going to be the stop on that. So pretty straightforward in terms of levels. It's a range. We're going to need a range breakout to get an extension. Until we do, it's going to be pretty much just trade within the range. Know your risk profiles within the range. Know what your limits are in terms of what your expectancy is within the range. So you got to do a good risk reward ratio inside the range. But apart from that, that's all pretty two clear areas to keep an eye on. If we get a breakout, we'll get an extension. That's about it.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun again tomorrow morning. One more to add to the list here, guys. CBAK Energy, which is CBAT on the NASDAQ, up again. I know. 25%. There's actually a lot more than that. At 1.850 was the high in the pre-market. This is a lithium battery maker from China. Big move up on Friday. If you remember, this was actually the second day to the upside, but coming back a little bit weaker in the pre-market than it was on Friday. There's no additional news, just the attention on that space for clean energy, renewable energy, so lithium. We're looking at $8. This is the $8, kind of right in the middle of the range, and then above that, as I said, $8.50 for CBAT. Guys.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good one that you'll see actually in a bit of a rollover on that name as well. Just taking some more in front of that 42 on NIO. Looks like it's trying to get back up into that range. 42 to 43 we're looking at. AMC, just to update you guys here very, very quickly. It is down towards that that 340 bid. Again, I did get some out here at 338, and every time it comes back up, it's picking up some shares to the short side, 52 and 53. Rinse and repeat that action as it does continue to consolidate on the lower end. I do feel like we ignored a couple of names here, but in terms of recovery names, I just want to go over Disney just for a quick second here. It's not up much. So certainly seems like maybe this. We talked about this vaccine news not being as strong as last week's, but Disney, if we can hold this 140 area, I got to feel at least a little bit good about that. So want to see if it breaks out to the upside, 142. Given the fact that this is looking relatively weak, I don't know if that 140 holds, and I'd be looking at 136.50 or so as a bit of a dip buy on Disney if we can get there. So Disney on the watch right now, not looking too volatile though.
I want to say a big thank you to Matt Murphy for the contribution. And I know that we did talk about Simon Property Group, so good for that one. Good for you as well. Sean McCaffrey, good trade there. And beyond me, we will talk about that. I'm going to go FSR right now. I see the chat right there. Someone asked about FSR. Let's do that, guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're coming at you 8:30, November 30th, guys, 8:30. So an hour from now, you'll get our opinions a little bit earlier. We'll have some fun things, some new ideas coming. I like Fisker taking out this top at 1840. We've had a big run in Fisker the last couple days. You've seen some of those moves, guys. 1620. We made it up to 1820 there. Look, there's a lot of EV hype on Friday. We talked about NIO. We keep going over and over that one. I'm out of NIO. We've already cashed in on that one. So here's the stock just to show you guys we're out of that. We picked up the exact bottom here today. So we'll floss that one off with only a minute to go. We have basically got out 40.76, but you are fading off right now of that 41.50. So that looks like a good high if it breaks that. Otherwise, back to the downside. We'll watch out right now. The imbalance locator, NIO, 3 million to sell. CCL, 2 million to buy. GE's on there. AMC's on there as a buy. I've just been getting out of AMC, man, all the way down. So you can see we just loaded up once here, three times, but all in the same minute there, loaded up at 48, 49s, and then just covering down here. Obviously, there is room to go. With less than a minute to go, NIO, FSR, XPEV, CCL.
Yeah, I want to add to this the space idea. It just feels like there might be an opportunity. Looking at this 20 bottom here, higher low got put in at 2020. I'll take a shot if it dips any and gives me a buy in front of 20 even. I would take it that way as well. So Virgin Galactic also going to be on watch. You already mentioned NEO. We'll quickly try to get to just remind you guys this week some big earnings coming through. Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, so I think those will be in play. But for me, it's going to be, like I said, AMC. We're watching Moderna, see if that can do the rollover play. It is time to drop that countdown. Valeria is on the bell. Let's see if we can't get this one going. 6, 5, and 4. 3, 2, and 1. Let's ring that opening bell. Neil right at that 41 mark. It looks like Moderna not going to give the bounce buy that I was looking for. Sorry, the little sell into action to the upside that I was hoping for in mRNA. It's immediately looking like it wants to take out 100 even. So might have to look to get into this one a little bit earlier than anticipated. Rolling over on that news, guys.
All right, so I'm not into anything yet. We're just watching AMC here. We're waiting for Fisker. We're waiting for CCL. I do have CCL breaking out 1785. If that does happen, do we have something a little spicier than that? 1760 or so, this level. So let's watch CCL. We did think that this would be a little bit of a fun one here today, and it looks like right now not doing much. Palantir drops. So there we go. That's that drop that we had thought about, and this is why I said we got to watch out for some of these longs to find an area to get long now. Palantir, 1530, I believe, was that spot on the weekend or on Friday. Let's go find that out and get back to you on that one. But Palantir, I do like a long in this area.
And there, of course, Moderna looks like it's going straight southbound. I wanted to see if we bought into it, but I could not get the 100 break. Thankfully, AMC is going to the downside, so this is at least working out pretty well for us. We're getting that push in through 330. Wow, got to get some shares out in front of that quarter. You know we talk about this all the time.
Yeah,
25s. The next level to the downside, we did talk about 3 to 310, so make sure you're taking profit. It never got nearly as high as last time, so you got to pay attention to that level at 42 coming up on NEO, guys. Watch out on that one. That short's going to blow me out if it breaks 42, but I'm working into this one through that 42 range, guys.
Yeah, we went hella long there at 42. So we're waiting for that long, guys. We talked about NEO. This stock, I said, I don't think this stock's dead, but we'll wait to see, man. We just took some out. There's the 42 break, and it wasn't super spicy. We did get a lot out there on that break. You heard me hitting some keys. Our best out rate there was 20s, 12s, 16s or so. So NEO long and out a little bit there, out of 60% or so of that one. And now it goes to the upside. Bang! Chicken dinner winners for you on NEO. Let's go, guys. Nice little 25, 30-cent winner to add on to our short. We are already short down here and big time cash out here on NEO, guys.
Yeah, I just took my short out, so we're going to get blown out of that one. CBAT just broke the high, so watch out. That $8 range got taken out, so that was in that short. That one also didn't work. I'm also trying to work out of AMC, which is continuing its flush. You're going to see it here. I do have that $3 target, so that one seems like it's going to be a good one. I got to take you back to Moderna for a quick second here. It does feel like this one is continuing to go. We wanted to sell this one, but we had a bit of a plan of action that was going to be selling on a bit of a buy action, and it never happened, guys. So straight to the downside on Moderna. If we get a retracement, I'll probably wait till 102, 103 to take any kind of a short. I don't want to get in too early, guys.
All right, guys, it's Cash City already. You saw that play. AMC, what a great trade this has been. We're still in that one. The only problem right now is Palantir, and we're light. We're light on Palantir. We learned our lesson from going too long and averaging in 15, 25 breaks. We're going to get out, and then we'll get out of the last bit at 15, but we're light on this one, guys. So here it comes, Palantir. There it is, the break. So that's our out rate there. So that's a 30-cent loss. Now we'll hold the rest, 2/3 left. This was this long at 30. We'll wait to see, but Palantir right now is what it is. NEO, big-time trade here to the upside. It was a little shaky there at 42, but we did like it, and we took it, and it broke, so that's a nice little win for us. We were also looking at XPEV as well. That one doesn't seem to want to do anything, but NEO right now breaking even higher, guys, 42.30. There it goes. What's up, Pete?
I was noticing NVIDIA moving around in the pre-market, guys. There was a couple of analyst notes out on this one, negative right now, 0.8%, but a little volume alert there. Downside for NVIDIA back to 525 area, which is key on the daily chart. But new chip they announced over the weekend. There was also, again, a couple of positive analyst notes on NVIDIA, guys.
Right. Now, I'm taking another shot at NEO. I looked at this target range here and actually saw a 42.35, 42.50. So I'll be short in front of it. I probably should have looked at this level better than 42. I did have 43 as my sort of line in the sand before I would think about taking long. So I'm not there yet. I know, Sean, you already are. So good luck on NIO. Watching over here on that CBAT. and it breaks 8, but comes right back. So it looks like CBAT is going to shake me out. I did have an initial short that was good pre-market, but you get this kind of a failure here off of the higher level at 860, that means we enter the trade. So if I can get it in front of 8, I'm going to go ahead and rinse and repeat on CBAT. It looks like the sell is still on over there.
We're just going to go short Palantir next time. But look at this. Another 50. I mean, this was the biggest win of the day here for me. Obviously, we did go long here at 42. We got out. We got long again at 42.30, breaking the high of the day. We took another 35 cents on it, and now we're 70 cents in the money on this one. AMC, we're 31 cents in the money on this one. And Palantir, you can go to hell because it just keeps going down. It's bouncing off this 15, but watch out, guys. We did get an upgrade and then a couple downgrades or price target cuts here on Palantir today. So watch out on this one, man. It's already super high. My last out was 15.20 in the long-term account, but we'll wait on that one. JP Morgan in the bank space. I said next time it gets up to 118, we should probably sell it. That's a big win as well. And SPG, is that coming back down? No, $80 still. Good win there, Mr. Matt Murphy. What's up, B?
So I was talking about NVIDIA, guys. Have a look at this one as well. TSM Taiwan Semiconductor, 4.5%. This is all-time highs for TSM. Micron, I just saw as well, also on the run. So some of the semiconductors really strong, guys.
AMD.
Yeah, and watching the first, AMD down to 305. Moderna with its first little bounce here. I'm not going to fade into the short until we test that 100 to 102. But you just said there, Sean, AMC. This one, it's probably not as good, I won't say in terms of volatility as last week, but certainly down towards that 3. I really didn't think we'd get to this target. Let me do a backflip for you guys. I didn't think we'd get to this target till a bit later on in the session. That's the reality here on 3 even, down towards this 280. I expected to be a little bit of support. I'm not saying I'm going to go long for sure down there, but it certainly seems like a good level to me.
Yeah, buddy. And look at this one, guys. We will explode the money for the NIO, N-E-O, NEO, going to the upside right now, guys. This is a monster win. $1.40 now in the money. Hit that cowbell, baby. Let's go. What a big trade here for NIO. We go long, long, bang. We only take half of it out right there. Now we rip to the upside. That's a big trade for NIO. PLTR, we averaged into that one. Let's see if we can make some back, man. We're not dead in the water yet. We did average, took that hit. It goes down to 15. We didn't take any more. We said we would be done with it. Now let's see if we get back to VWAP and make everything back on NIO. I actually said AMD, but AMC is a good one, Neil. That's all the way down to 305. We probably should have took some out. I said AMD because of that NVIDIA call there by Brendan. And look at AMD, guys, right off to the races as well. 82 and change to the high side goes AMD. Okay, Palantir, I see what you're trying to do. Now giving us all this money back. It's trying anyways. Neo, $1.50 in the money, guys. Cowbells early.
mRNA just got back towards that 100, and new position alert also CBAT. I got back into this one off of that $8 range as well. So a couple of names that we're back into. Well, I never got into mRNA in the first place. I wanted.
It's okay.
Towards 100. It just happened to turn right here in the 90s. 99.25 is what I ended up getting. Obviously, we would have liked the rollover off the bat, but we couldn't catch that. Let's see if it holds this 102 half area. If it does, I think we'll be sitting okay here in Moderna. Obviously, I'm going to take some out in front of 96. That's that little opening range bottom. So mRNA looking like it's trying to bounce back. The initial sell was obviously the fantastic one. We did like it to the short side, but I did miss it off the open.
17-14 here. We're going to get out if this does go back down. We've already made a mistake once on CCL. We did go long early, 17-10, and got out at a 17 break. So now we're going to try it one more time and see if we can hold 17-15 long CCL. Palantir, we took out that profit. What's up, Brendan?
The other big one in the EV space last week, guys, Li Auto just popping up here through $33. If you remember, we did come off in the afternoon on Friday, but this is a big time level right here. 33 to 33.5 for Li Auto, guys.
Okay, we're going, man. Neo is still $1.50 in the money. I'm debating taking some of this off here. Let's see what the action was around this level on Friday. 44 and change. We stopped out. What's that? 40? Yeah, 44. So if we get anywhere near 44 again, I think we'll take some off for a $2 winner. That should be a good one. CCL back in the money again, guys. So we'll see about taking some off here. 29, 30, 31s. We'll see if this one can't go to the high side. Back long CCL off a triple in there. Our out was going to be this 15. It does not hit. Now we're going to the upside 35. A nice little win finally there. Pigs get slaughtered, but we'll take some of this off.
And Save, I mean, we talked about this not looking as strong as it did last week. Yeah, that's sort of an understatement of the year here. Save came all the way back into 20. So I was looking for a break of that 22. It looks like that's obviously not going to happen. If you're thinking about dip buy, this is a level that I'm going to like at $20. It was obvious resistance going in on Friday. So I'll take one dip on Spirit Airlines in front of it. And if we get a shot to defend that level, we almost have to take it here. Only paying down about 25 cents or so, 20 and a quarter. We'll see if we can't get this long on Spirit. If it breaks 20 even, fair enough. I'll just walk away from that one.
All right, was that Brendan? Yeah. What's up,
Rocket Mortgage, guys, big move here. There's also news on Home Depot. I'm going to check on Home Depot, but yeah, Rocket Mortgage, Wedbush out with their full year 21 forecast. Better than expected for this one. 3% for RKT, guys.
Okay, Rocket Mortgage is definitely one, guys. Hit a home run on that one. I love Rocket Mortgage alongside. Someone asked me the other day about what was the next call for me. I'm going to go Rocket Mortgage. It was Palantir and PayPal. Those have already paid off huge. Let's go Rocket Mortgage soon, guys. We just took some alpha on Palantir right now, making all that back. Just wish we never had that little bit of a mistake here, going long right at this spot early. Let's see if we break through VWAP right now, guys. Look at that. Nice little 30-cent win there. $1.80 right now on NEO as we break through 44. Bang! Big win on NEO, guys. Rain it down.
Yeah, and Moderna back below that 99. Also, I did get into Spirit Airlines, so we did take this position. Just got in at 20 and a quarter. If it holds 20, fair enough. If it bounces off this 20 even, I would take more shares, but only on the way up, standing in front of the sword. Just going to only have the initial position here on Spirit. Only 50 cents in the money in Moderna. And because it's the second move, that's why you'll see me take some off for a scalp trade. Had it been here on the initial break, I wouldn't do that. But anticipating 96 is going to be some resistance, I'll go ahead and take a little bit out for the short. I want to reload if I can in between 100 and 102. Brendan, what's up?
More merger news. Merger Monday, almost it seems today. Home Depot buying HD Supply for $8 billion in cash, guys. So HDS is HD Supply. I was trying to find a per share number on this one. Gonna have to keep looking, but looks like it is all cash. So you can see HD here up 1% on that news. You flip over to, that's not it. HDS is HD Supply, and that one is a NASDAQ name, I guess? Yeah, there we go. 24% for HDS, guys.
Yeah, 56 in cash, I believe that was. And so Home Depot making some moves. Of course, they're also going to be reporting this week earnings, guys. I want to take you guys back over to Moderna. It is looking like the rollover continues. My second target will be out in front of 96. If I can get $3 on the rest of these shares, that is going to be the plan. Obviously, you can see the opening range bottom just below that 96 failed break. If it comes back up, I am looking to reload, but that'll be in front of this 102.50 area that we would have. That's what I wanted to see happen off the open. You don't get it, doesn't happen for me. It doesn't mean I can't play the short anyways.
Okay, guys, and we do the backflips, and we go Superman because Palantir, we're out. Well, we have 10% left. Less than 10% left on Palantir. Great outs there. We told you about breaking through VWAP. It exploded through VWAP. Then we got some out. You know, we always get out at quarters there. So 71, 75, 75 again on the drop back down. Now let's wait for 16 as we have a little bit on that one. And yeah, unplug your vehicles because right now, NEO going back to the high side now. We were short here in the pre-market, cashed out, remain disciplined, guys. Take this out for flat our last little bit. We wait for that high to break. We get long at 42. We crush that. Then we wait for another level to break, 42.30. We get in and we crush that as well. So NEO right now getting crushed, I guess we could say. And here we go, Palantir to the upside as well. No outs for this one. Maybe right around here, 16 if we can get out of Palantir off of this long, 15.26. All our longs have been fine as long as you didn't get out right here like I did for the first part. You'd be okay on Mr. Palantir, one of the better calls. I did want to look at Rocket Mortgage because this was my next one for all of you guys looking long, and we'll just talk about that quickly. I know a lot of you like some of these calls that we're making. This is why I like Rocket Mortgage, man. We just got to break out just past here. 24.40. If we can get past it, we're now above the 60-day moving average. I like that play. I like Rocket Mortgage for a long. If you take it here, watch out for 18.13. But I do like Rocket. It's not Rocket Mortgage because Rocket Companies right now up 2.5%. I like it for a long-term move. Let's think about getting out of some NEO as it's just breaking day's high right here, guys. What up, Beep?
AG Eagle Aerial Systems, that drone maker at one point, huge high flyer on news that Amazon was considering using their drones for deliveries. But UAVS up 4% here. They reported in the pre-market better than expected. So a nice little bump here. Big volume coming in for UAVS through $3 there, guys.
A big level coming in here on NIO, 45.50. You go into last week, obviously pre-market level. You go into last week right around that close price, failing that price. Go into the 9th. That's the beginning of the week. That is also the top. So 45.50. That's going to be another line in the sand for me. I came in today not even thinking about NEO long, so I'm going to stick with that plan of action. Moderna still only about $1 in the money. It does feel like this second push not as big as the first, but about $1 away from this area on NEO that we can take advantage of. Spirit does break 20 even, so took one shot. We're going to take the 25-cent hit, walk away from this one. I just wanted to defend that price. AMC is bouncing back to the upside. I did talk about 280 to 3 being support. I'm not going long yet, but certainly I might take the rest of my shares out if I get a chance in front of 3 even and start thinking about that $2.80 level for a nice little win. One more to get you guys back to. I did lose initially shorting on CBAT. It broke through that $8 range. Brennan did mention that level before. Immediately failed at the higher level, then consolidates back below 8. So back into the short on CBAT at the 760, 761. I'll get shares out in front of 725 like last time, and then if it breaks, my target is down around 650. So this one, not a new position, just back into an old one.
Close your eyes, guys, because we got all winners and we're feeling ways right now. Once again, guys, $2 winner on NEO. That's a belly dancer right there. We're going to get out. I was the same as Neil, man. I came in thinking short NEO all day long today. We even talked about that earlier, but price action got me feeling the other way right now. So we'll wait on that one. 44, if that drops, we'll get out. But this is why, guys, Palantir, 70 cents in the money. So that's why you get that dance. But more importantly, it's all about that cash cow. And Brendan's got another one.
Yeah, somebody was asking about this High Point Resources, HPR. This is an additional information request halt. So it did halt initially on volatility and now back to the upside on additional information request. If you remember going back a week or so, there were rumors on this one about a possible merger. So it looks like floating around out there on the internet this morning that they could be close to announcing a deal for this HPR. So that looks to be the reason. There's nothing confirmed that I can see right now. We'll keep looking, but HPR halted, guys.
Sorry, Brendan, hit that button a little bit early there. As I mentioned to you guys, I cannot feel the tips of my fingers, but here goes CCL, guys, right to the upside. This is another, like, look at this, guys. AMC, 30-cent winner short side. CCL, 30-cent winner plus long. NEO, $1.80 in the money right now long. Palantir, 80 cents to the long side. Marlon, I'd say we'd hit our goal, but we haven't yet. We weren't heavy on the Palantir trade, and if we were, we would have hit our goal. But Neil, not too bad. 4 positions on, 4 for 4. Let's go. And there goes Palantir, even bigger and badder now. So yes, sir, there it is. We're hot fire, and it continues today.
Just getting out of that CBAT, I talked about this level here just a couple seconds ago, 725. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, ignore that. That's just dark pools. So if it breaks and holds below this, I think we get that flush into 650. That's what I'm looking for. I said there wouldn't be volatility in that TCO, but I could be wrong about that. It looks like if it flushes and gets to the 50s, I'm going to be a strong buyer in that deal. That's who Simon Property is purchasing. But a bit of a buyer here in CBAT, if I can quickly show you. When it broke that 25, immediately bids started showing up and keeps taking it back to 730. So I don't know that we've cracked this level yet. Just because it ticks below a price does not mean that it's actually been broken. So do watch out. I think it's a home run if we break below that 725 mark and do hold it. So still in some CBAT. We'll line it up and sort of knock it out here. Moderna is making a bit of a turn, guys. So it is in the money, $1.50. I don't think it's, I'm not saying it's going to be done. But the last time we saw this happen, you put in a higher low, I think eventually we could get a test of that 102.50. I don't want a winner to turn into a loser, so I'll take this one out if it cracks back to 99. My short is 99.25. Brennan, what's up?
So there's this really tight little consolidation on CCL here going into the open at 1740. 1750, I guess, was the actual top of the consolidation. That just got taken out, broken to the upside here for CCL on a volume alert, guys.
Hells yeah, Brendan. We are huge long in CCL, so that's a cash cow right there. We'll run that money bag back over, man. Look at this CCL long, guys. 17.25. I didn't even realize that 17.40 was that key, but we're getting out right now on the upside of CCL. Almost out of everything right now. NIO continues to go. I don't know. I thought my order was going to go out, but it didn't. So we were supposed to get out there on a 43 break, or 44 break. So we will get out of this one again. Can't feel the fingers, so maybe didn't make that trade. But 44 was supposed to be our out. So let's get out now of NEO.
Yeah, it didn't quite get to that 45.50 mark. It's trying to make a rollover. If it consolidates, maybe I'll take a shot. It wasn't in my target area. I know Valeria brought a space heater in here. Not that we should need one, but that could be useful at any minute now. What's going to come out any minute now is going to be Moderna, and we said this before, just because you missed the initial short, if it gives you another shot here, maybe it's not going to be for the same size, maybe it's not going to be as big of a winner, but I got to play the level. So it looks like we're going to get that $3 winner on the second half of the position. Obviously, I would have been a little bit bigger and stronger if I had gotten it off of a pop into 102, 103. But I'll take what the market's going to give me, and the market's going to give me Moderna, and we'll go with some hot dog action for that. Despite the fact that that makes me hungry like a wolf. And speaking of wolves, you know what I'm talking about, Sean. I can't stand Matt Wolf. He cost me the Masters pool.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
It was your other guy. You had to have Matt Wolf didn't even add it up, right? I mean, you need to have the top. You and Greg, both Justin Thomas and DJ was great. Great picks there. But yeah, Koepka was a good pick too. But yeah, Matt Wolf did not qualify. Womp womp. But yeah, maybe I guess if you would have had somebody else, we all would have done good. Brendan, I guess Matsuyama was good, but not good enough. As we go. Congratulations to DJ, man, setting course records there yesterday.
It's always good to see a winner, man, and like he was very impressive. I want to get to this ATHE because I don't know if we talked about this one, and maybe Brendan will fill it on the news, but big time volume spike, and it just failed at a higher level here. Brendan, you have something here?
I was just going to mention that one. Yeah, just popping up on a volume scanner here. Back to the downside, there was just a trial for one of their treatments that came back on the positive side. So it broke $3 there on the downside. And big volume came in sell side for ATHE. We don't have locates, sadly, guys.
Okay, CCL still going to the high side there, guys. I mean, we're at the highest spot we've been at all day, so right there, we'll crack some money for that one as we go. Congratulations to everybody. We're perfect again today. We're just waiting on CCL to get out of it, but today, so far, AMC, Bang, CCL, Neo, and Palantir, all winners today, guys. As Valeria, don't trip. We need that coffee. I need to at least warm up my hands on that one. SPCE to the moon, not. We're going to wait 7.5. We did talk about 21 possibly. Thank you, Ms. V. 21 possibly breaking there to the upside. So we will wait on that. It does make a nice base at 20, though. I'm going to heat up these hands right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same thing, so thank you for the reload. I've got the loser in Neo. That's going to be the biggest hit for me. Well, I lost in Spirit, so it's two losers, but I came in looking for the short. Neo continues its rollover here. I thought 45.50, turns out 44.50. CBAT is now broken through that 725 mark. Just cancel a bit because I just got some out at 718. So quick little 30-cent win. I have half the position on, looking for a break at 7 even. Once that happens, I'll take the rest out. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Volume alert on this one. F-Cell, Fuel Cell, another one of the renewable energy or clean energy names, just breaking day highs there on a big volume spike. So 10% for F-Cell, kind of in that same group as CBAK Energy as well, guys.
All right, guys. And I wanted to give a big thank you to everybody on the chat there. You guys are all giving mad love for GRG, GRWG, Grow Generation brands there. You guys can see this one, man. Grow Generation Corp. What another mover. $1.80, 2% up here today. So that's been a big one. We've talked about marijuana, and you guys know this is the Home Depot. We talked about Home Depot today. This is the Home Depot marijuana stocks. We gave this one to you guys down here, 17 and change up to 26. So congratulations for everybody going long on there. And I keep seeing everyone say, CGC. Hey, that's just another one of my absolute favorite stocks today. So we're going to rip that one to the high side. Again, not a favorite stock to trade. I don't know why this isn't loading. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. Today it goes over to the NASDAQ, I believe. Is it the same symbol? Yes, it is. CGC.NQ today. So the switch over, we're basically flat. But yeah, on the NASDAQ. Welcome to the NASDAQ, CGC.
Yeah, and of course, lateral moves shouldn't make too much of a difference there, except for us traders who are accustomed to one thing over another. New position alert. Peloton makes a test to the upside. I talked about two ways to get into this one. I was looking for a 96 break or a retest of this close right around this 100 level. So it breaks 100, slams back in, and now holding sideways. I basically have exactly that price, like 99, 98 or so. Gonna give it to about 102 on Peloton. It's actually still negative on the day. 180 is the actual close. So Peloton, new position alert on that one. Neo continues to fall here, and I was looking for another pop to be able to sell into. I'm not sure we're gonna get it as deep as I would like, but maybe that 44 level if it gets there. Brennan, what's up?
Just looking at this Ideanomics, IDEX, there was a volume alert on this one, but it's back down to about $1.10. So there is, large bids, to say the least, from $1.10 down to $1, but not terribly exciting here. Another one in the EV space, though, on the volume list today, guys.
Okay, Palantir, so we got the best out we could have got, I think, at 16. So we got 96s or 95s there. And now it's looking to make a bottom, 1580. It just does touch that VWAP 70. If we come back down to this area, let's get out of the last 10% of Palantir and then, you know, obviously make a nice little swish action on that one. DraftKings, our long was in the 30s. Let's see where we're at now. I haven't been well. Okay, 41. I haven't traded this well. DraftKings intraday. We've known about that. I said to you, all the moves on DraftKings seem to happen, before market. Like here's big moves in DraftKings and the market opens, and we basically flushed all day. It was $45, $46 on Friday. Now you're coming into 41, 42. Let's see if it makes a base at some point down here. This is just too choppy. Like here's a base, break lower. Here's a base, break lower. I'm wondering if the same thing happens before a break lower on this one. So we're gonna wait on Palantir, on DraftKings. Palantir still upside. And let's give you another look on CCL. It just keeps on bouncing, guys. Our long is at 1725 though. What's up, B?
Another group that was very strong in the pre-market, also starting to come back in. The retailers, obviously going to benefit from any sort of vaccine as well. Nordstrom's here, still 4.5%, but right at day lows. 18 needs to hold there on JWN. Macy's, same story, 750. About to go here on Macy's, a little bit weaker than JWN, guys.
A couple of looks here. One, Virgin here breaks that 20 mark, but immediately snaps back and holds support. So this is one I should have had. I talked about looking for a possible dip at the open, but we did miss this trade. I'm going to take a shot at it if we get anywhere back towards that 20 level. But still, that 21 break is definitely in play. It has not broken out of this dollar range. So both ways to get in. Still going to be there. Sometimes you miss a trade, and the market is nice enough to you to give you second opportunity. It looks like that's going to happen here in Virgin Galactic. CBAT still looking pretty good. Peloton, I mean, we're slightly in the money here. I got that 100 short that I talked about to you guys just a couple of seconds ago. I wanted to see if I could get another entry. If it had gone sideways, consolidation not happening just yet. I'll take some out in front of this 99 and then hope to see if we can't get this down on a break of VWAP. So just shy of $1 will be the first target on Peloton, and see if we can't run this a little bit lower.
Yeah, Peloton's a good look there at 100. Whenever you get those kind of even prices, you definitely want to look to take some advantage on that. So CCL, okay, so we're out of our Palantir. It breaks below 70 right there at VWAP. So we get out of that one to finish that trade. Now you're seeing us flat, 22 cents in the money right now on AMC. Just holding it. We should have obviously got out at 3. We did not. We got out of majority of them, but still a nice little profitable win. And then we're still waiting for this CCL, even though it's up 10%. I still like this level, 1785. I still think we could break that, but I'm also looking at this 65, which is the current high of the day. So I think about getting out right now of CCL and then getting back in if it does break through 65. What's up, B?
Just saw this on Boeing. Looks like Wednesday, possible approval for the 737 MAX. For U.S. approval, that is, for the 737 MAX to return to flight. So big move here for Boeing this morning. Just taking out 198. We got above that last little pivot there, 194 on the pre-market, or in the pre-market, I should say. But nice pop here for Boeing.
Yeah, oops. Yeah, we were talking about this one last week off the speculation that it could be as soon as Wednesday and buying dips. And of course, you come in and with more positive vaccine news, I should have been all over Boeing. I'm not sure why it wasn't on my list. We're talking about buying on any dip in the next few months going into what possibly could be a relief of some restrictions when it comes to overseas tariffs as well. Duopolies are good, and Boeing obviously a part of one across the world when it comes to production. NEO is making a push to the upside. I need to get back over to this because I talked about 45.50. 44.50 is where the turn was. I'll probably take another shot at this one. I came in looking for a short. You see that hard reversal? It still hasn't broken the pre-market range, which is a huge one, obviously. But if we can hold lower than this 44 at 60, check that. I'll look for another short in front of that. 45.50 is the better level overall if you go to a higher time frame. But if it does try to turn here, I'll take another shot shorting in NEO. I just came in not wanting to go long today. I feel like I'm not quite there yet that I would flip to the long side. Peloton back to even at 100. I'd like to take more shares. If it goes sideways, let's see if I get a shot.
All right, guys. A couple interviews coming up this week as well, so stay tuned for that. Something that's very, very important, though, that we want you guys all to hopefully get into your calendar and get ready for this. November 30th. Yep, we start a little earlier, 8:30, guys. So if you're watching the show, put that in your calendar. We'll try to send out some reminders through the community and whatnot. But 8:30, Monday, November 30th is our new start time. Notice the stop time too, 11:30. So we just figured a lot of the trading's done by that time, and we just want to give you guys that extra little half hour of prep where we can talk about a few different things, throw some new segments in there as well. So that's a good one. We're excited for that one. Valeria got to get up a little bit earlier. There we go. We're long NEO again on a 44 break. It just gets ramped up there right through 44. That broke way too quickly. Let's see what happens now. NEO to the long side.
Yeah, I just took more shares. I talked about if we go sideways in Peloton, I would get more into position. That has happened, so you're seeing a bit of a consolidation back again at 100 after popping. I'll still maintain the plan, get some out in front of 99, then work some out down in front of VWAP if it goes there. Didn't quite get an opportunity to get into a NEO. For me, I'm still looking short below that 44.50 mark. It's right at 44 even. Boeing, obviously, we talked a little bit about that one. I want to come to NVAX in a second. We'll go to Brennan first.
Some of the cruise lines starting to fade off here a little bit. Norwegian coming back to day lows here. Initial support was around 21.30, but we failed a little bit lower. So lower highs being put in on NCLH, still 7%, but volume to the downside, guys.
Palantir not really doing anything right now. I did like that Boeing story up at 198. We've talked about Boeing 198 a couple times there, and that's right where it stops today. So Boeing 198. You do have a lot of this consolidation. If you get back down to 196, that sounds like good news to me. Obviously, their max getting back up and going. So I also do think that there's going to be some big China plays coming for Boeing as well. So watch out for them. We are going to get out if this breaks through 40. That's going to be NEO. We did take a little small long. We got out of some of them for profits there at 44, but again, just the way this stock is going, we're not taking huge shares, but I do expect this to get at least a retest here. 44.60, maybe 44.40. We did have some problems, so our long right now, it's fine. I mean, we're out of the money 10 cents, but we'll wait to see if we can get 40 out of it, and if not, we'll lose about 40 on this one and give back a little bit of what we made on NEO. NEO is still a banger for me today, but we are long right here, 44. It's moving around, only 71 million shares. Ho-hum.
Yeah, the only bang for NEO for me today was banging upside my head when I was shorting into it, but obviously it's a good one. You can have different perspectives here, and certainly I came with a big-time short bias. I don't know why I didn't have a stronger bias. We talked about this the last time, last week, with Pfizer in the vaccine, beat up on some of the other names. NVAX, look at this break at 95. It's actually consolidating lower, down 8%, so it's also under pressure here. Looks even better on the daily chart. So I'm going to be watching any kind of pop into NVAX at two levels, one into this like 92 to 93 area, and if it ever gets back to the 50 period 100, it just feels like a sell. I mean, talk about a nice downward trend every single time it pops. NVAX got to be on the radar to be a seller if you're going to be looking at a name like this. It's almost short sell restricted, and I'm only going to short on pops if I can get it. If you're trading in that Home Depot, that just made a move to the upside. Wouldn't expect volatility there. Might provide me an opportunity.
Yeah, love Home Depot, especially with earnings.
No, sorry, HDS, who they're buying.
Who they're buying, HDS, okay. Okay, we're watching space. 2060, I got a new level there. So we'll see if 2060 can break on SPCE, then we'll get in on that one. I'm not gonna wait for 21, although 21 waiting for that might not be horrible, but just to see if we can get a little piece earlier. $20.60 here for NIO is what we for space is what we like. SPG Summon Property Groups, we've been talking all about this one as well. I love this stock, especially in a non-COVID environment. I don't know if we're there yet, which is why the buy at 61 has been pretty good. You're up to 79, so we'll watch SPG here. I just think that if we can break through 80, we might get another opportunity here for the long. It's bounced off 79 a bunch of times. Watch out for Summon Property Group here, but we are ready for happening now. So Brendan, take it away, bud.
Hey guys, back to positive territory. We were talking in the pre-market. If you joined us at 9 o'clock, the NASDAQ here was negative. You can see we have since gone back to the upside. So a nice look here right across the board. Positive top to bottom. Yeah, tech stocks are lagging ever so slightly, but still back to positive territory. The Dow leading up a full percent, S&P 0.7%, The Russell, 1.4% for small caps. So small caps actually leading the way for U.S. markets. The TSX here in Toronto, 0.5%. You can see down in Brazil about 0.75% for the BOVESPA so far today. We'll shift over for have a look at a couple of things from the watch list. This was such a great move to the downside initially. If you caught this little break of this consolidation around 100, or even this lower high here at 100, all the way down to 93 for Moderna. Big fade, still up 4.8%. Zoom gave you a nice look through that high, 387. On the long side, right up to where we were on Friday for Zoom. But another one kind of fading back off now as far as the stay-at-home plays are concerned. Just talked about this one. I actually wanted to check in on that level. Yeah, watch 2130. That was support for NCLH on the initial push down, but looks like we might want to get back down to these levels from Friday, guys.
Call me stubborn, whatever you want to do. I mean, certainly I definitely can be stubborn at times, at least my wife says so. But NEO here, I talked about this 44.60, not 50. Apologies if I said that a couple times incorrectly. 44.60 previous top. It looks like it's trying to consolidate off this high here. If it breaks through, I'm just going to quickly get out of it. Obviously, if it breaks through, and there it is.
And there it is.
In and out of NEO. And reversing. I'll only scalp long because I'm not actually... I was never looking to hold along here, but immediately short in front of this level and reverse to a long trail. Try and just take like 20, 30 cents off of it. 45.50 I think is a level, and 45 psychologically does stand in the way as well. So I'll make back on this short of what I lost, but obviously I'll be down on the stock because you saw what happened in the pre-market, guys. But here it goes towards 45. Can't beat them. Join them at some point.
Yeah, exactly, guys. This is another boom banger, man. My largest stock today, NEO. And yeah, we switched up a little bit earlier. Where's my thing here? We were short. We switched it up. We saw the price action, and bang, now to the upside, guys. Another 78-cent winner here to go on NEO. We just talked about going long 44, and then I said when we were long and it was coming back down, I said we probably will retest up here. Didn't think we'd make new highs, but there it is again, guys. NEO. Follow us on Twitter. You'll find all these winners banging these ones out, guys, right here. Up to $45. We're long at 44. So today, spicy goes NEO, guys. You can see that in front of you there. We'll get some out at 87 if we can. Bang, there it is. A little bit left now of NEO as it just continues to run northbound here on this. What a great day for NEO stockholders as it comes all the way back. Friday, disastrous. Today, much, much better. So you guys can go to bed sleeping well tonight if you are a NEO shareholder. All seems to be well in NEO land anyways, guys.
I want to take you guys back to CBAT. This one did bounce off that 725 area. I got back into the short, and I talked about this, the little buyer that was in the pre-market. It did try to break through. I got some shares at 715. Now we're rounding back up towards VWAP. So all my entries are right in this range around this 760 to 775 area. If it takes out, I'm not giving it to $8 again. I feel like if it takes out like 780, I'll just walk away and look for another entry point here in CBAT. Feeling like it's going to be relatively strong, guys. I think that's one of those things that you just can't ignore. So I'm just going to take it off, hands off the keyboard for this. But if it goes up to this level here, this 860, where we failed at the open, 850, gets up to like 25 to 40. I'll try the short off of that level, but that's got to be the turn there. CBAT, mixed results so far because every time I make money on it, I then lose it right back when it takes out the high. But CBAT, definitely going to be on watch for me the rest of the session here. I'll take you guys back to Peloton. It is still breaking towards that 101. I'm giving it a couple bucks. I think we can get a bigger move here in Piton. So hopefully we're going to give some sideways action. I have one more bullet to fire, but I want it to be on the way down, hopefully testing 100, and then see if we can't retrace. Now, first outs will be at 99, VWAP break, and then all the way down towards the low of the day. 102 is going to be my exit point on Peloton, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, guys. Have your plans and plan them. And, make sure you follow your plan. And then you won't lose as much as, you'll have a plan of action, right? And a lot of you guys, from some of the tweets that we get and whatnot, you talk about blowing up some accounts. What do you do? This and that. Have a plan of action, and then hopefully you don't have to worry about that. Just like NEO right now, that we go long. So I don't know. I keep hitting the belly dancer, but there's a lot to hit here. Let's just hit chicken dinner winner. We actually haven't hit any bangs yet today. NEO here paying for everything. You guys talked about lobsters, and yeah, I guess today would be a nice little one, up to 45 and change. We're going to get out this time if it breaks this bottom, 44.60. So we're long at 44.04, and NEO's been absolutely destroyed by us today, so that's been a good one. CCL coming back down, bouncing off VWAP. We're very, very light. We still are, though, long at 17.24. There goes NEO now. now over 45. So let's watch out. 44.59, I guess. Let's call it 44.50. That'll be all right. Let's give this one back 50 cents. 50 cents in the money. Let's give this one 50 cents more. As there it goes, Neil. Another banger for you. Bang on Neo. It wants to hold upside at 45. This may be a good shorting spot. Let's see.
It's 45.50 is the next level for me, and I talked about it a little bit here, and I reversed to a long trade that I just scalped out because if I'm still looking to short these levels, I don't really want to be too much of a holder. This is obviously the pre-market high, but you go back into last week and has some significance at that price level again. So it just turned on a 45 even break. So I might start the position now. This is where I would like to dig in a little bit more on Neo. 45.50 was a much bigger level. Brendan, what's up?
Just checking on UPS. Why not? Just had a volume alert here on UPS through 164, I guess it was. I mean, we're still in pretty messy looking on the daily chart, but that pre-market high coming into play now on a bit of a volume spike for UPS, guys.
All right, there we go. We are out. A couple outs there, 35s, and then the last out, 29 there on CCL for yet again. Hot dogs for everybody today on CCL. That's been a good one for us as well. We go 4 for 4 for you today. Square as well, upside, I don't know. Come on, charts. I thought we went to Square there. We did not. SQ, let's just take a quick look at this one. 175, again, pretty choppy. I kind of like what we're building here. So a possible 176 break as the NASDAQ now turning positive. Obviously, it's been positive for a bit, but we were negative for a while there as the ES trying to figure itself out. What up, Nomar? Thank you for the contribution, my friend. There it is. We hope you guys all like that. We'll have to check out Plug for you in a minute. Lori loves hot dogs, guys.
Ride going to be in play as well today. Updated on delivery schedule. So just a quick look at this name. It is pulling back. It's up over 10%, you can see here. But I'm watching this level 1940, also VWAP. If you're looking for upward trends here, it is trying to make a push towards its fresh top. If it gets to 22, we think about turning it around. But this is obviously a significant break at this 19 even area. That's why I like it on any kind of a pull to 50s. I think we get another retest of 20 even. So a little bit of a late addition here. In Ride. I did get into some Neo there just in my ear. We're going to Brendan, then we're not. And Neo short again. This is off of the 45.50 top, guys. So we'll get that short. If it breaks this, I'm probably done shorting until the afternoon, a little bit later on in the session. But that's the level I liked a little better than 44.50.
All right, yeah, we're still hella long that Neo, guys. This is more than $1 now in the money. So, again, hopefully you guys are rolling that, but I do think that it's a little bit extended here. So I'm not against going short here of Neo. We actually have our out getting ready to roll here to get out of this one. But, again, we're still hella long, and we've been hella long all morning. So a profitable one, needless to say here, for NIO today for us. So hopefully you guys are on that. And if you are, this looks like it could be a tipping point. So I think this short might be good. We're going to get out of our long in just a minute if that does break. Virgin Galactic, though, keeps going to the downside as well. SPCE here, 2021. We've adjusted our spot to 60. We may have to look at that again. I don't know if we want this long after all here, guys. It just keeps on making downward plays here on Space. So that might be
Space has this feeling like there's something weird about this because I just didn't think that this was that bad, this bad news. So the fact that we can't even hold these levels, I mean, if we can bounce off 21 more time, I'll take. Like I said, I'd take a shot. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, but it's consolidating nicely. I'd either like to see it bounce up and maybe take out like 35, 40, or get a real test that fails at 20 even. I did get some shares in Neo here, starting to turn here. I'm at 44.95. I wanted more above 45 instead of below, so it's not a huge position, but already starting to be a bit of a winner. And look, it's more volatile than 20, 30 cents, I think, if it retraces on the short, so I'm not going to get out of anything just yet. Already time for upgrades and downgrades. Wow, let's go to Brendan at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, upgrades and downgrades time. We'll get you a few more symbols to have a look at. On the board here, Bloomin' Brands with quite the day so far, 6% to the upside. Bristol Myers, F5, and Li Auto, we talked about already. A couple of the cannabis names to the downside, ACB and Tilray. Sage Therapeutics, another little therapeutics name we look at quite often, and OGIE. Making moves as well today. We'll show you a couple of these. Li Auto, yeah, there was a couple of price target increases on this one today. $30 ended up being the bottom. We're up to 34, 33.5 right now for Li. Also pushing 2-day highs at the moment. ACB, yeah, there was this crazy spike right off the open in a lot of these cannabis names, but look at that, all the way back down for ACB. Holding 7 right now for that one, guys. Back over to you.
So I am going to take a quick little break here on Virgin Galactic. You see this level? I mean, it's going sideways off of like 2020 or so. So if it breaks this 35, obviously it's nice on a dip buy. Looks pretty good on the chart, but I'll let it break just a little bit higher before getting into position. I want it to run at least a little bit before I jump in, and as we said, a little bit surprised at how weak it's been, but I'm going to take my shot at it. I'll take it out, most of it out in front of 21. I still like a 21 break, so I'd be adding to a position there, but I would have covered some for profit. I wanted to see if we can get NEO at a higher price. Looks like we're going to get our wish. As NEO right back up towards this 45 level. Obviously, it was in the money a little bit, but you've seen this strong trend to the upside. If it does roll over off this pre-market high, worth noting, this is what we're staring in the face. This 45.30 here on yesterday's action, on Friday's action, I should say, 45.50, a bit of a level going into the close. So this is why we like this rollover as well. Third time I'll be shorting this name. See if a third time is a charm. Of course, that's just a saying. Make sure you have a stop if you are going short.
Yeah, we did get out of that at 44.80. Like we said, we remained disciplined, guys. We had our targets there, and we did get out of that one. But yeah, like Neil mentioned, though, this stock don't care about targets. It's going upside right now, and that's a good one, man. I mean, it's only up 1.4%. It's not like this is going crazy. It's actually pretty orderly how NEO's moving right now. Just got to stay away from that if you don't have a good read on it. 45.30 still going. Damn it, wish we were still long. We were nicely long at 41.42. Guys, all the way to 45 feels stupid not being long. That one still. CCL is dropping, though. 17.33, 17.34. Watch out now, guys. It could come back and take this VWAP out again. I was actually wondering on a break, what is that VWAP? It just took it, though. Yeah, it's the 17.28. It's coming up to it. So I think there's another long somewhere here. Just got to find it in CCL. Back to 17.25 or so. If we can get that, we're going to go long on CCL. Let's park some orders, see if we get a 10-cent retrace back down here, guys.
So Virgin Galactic did break in, so new position alert there. I wanted to go up a little bit. Sure, you could have had it on this consolidation. Great if you do. But my price, 20.35, as I said I would. And I'll take profit out in front of 21. And I think we both, when we went over this in the pre-market, and speaking of the pre-market, guys, there was so much to cover today. Almost everything we're looking at is a function of our watch list. And thank goodness we're going to be starting a little bit earlier. I might as well hit it for you guys so that you know. We're going to be starting early, starting on the 30th, November 30th, a half an hour, covering more symbols, more in-depth analysis. I feel like this is what everybody's going to look like they want to see. So we talked about Virgin Galactic, but maybe not enough, and this is why it should be a good look for us to do that starting on the 30th. That's a Monday. I'm going to take some profit, and you can see this level here was a failure at 20.65. I'll take some out in front for a quick scalp if I can, 15, 20 cents or so, and then the rest out in front of 21, and then 21 break on Virgin. It just didn't feel like this was bad enough news to have it down so much. So I am looking for a nice retracement play on Virgin. I'm also looking to try to make some money shorting on NEO, which is not working.
Nope. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Bitcoin, just watching this. GBTC, we'll give a shout out to Jeff Mendel, not doing anything today. But that's another name that you guys could trade. mRNA back to 96 right now. mRNA. That's Moderna here. Neil had a nice short at a Hyundai, down to 96 right now. What up, Beep?
Another one with earnings, guys. Casper, the mattress company, down big time. We're below some pretty significant levels on the daily chart here. It went from 7, depending, 687, depending on where you saw it in the pre-market there, all the way down to 550. Trying to bounce right now back above 6, but earnings not great for CSPR.
Worst trader ever. No, I'm kidding. Moderna, yeah, that's great. It just broke down, and thanks for pointing out. I actually had moved this off of my charts here, Sean. So it does bounce off of the pre-market low. I mean, the problem with this trade is if it does that move to the upside, that 102, 105, 102.50 area, that's where I'm likely to have a bigger position, and then maybe I'm holding because it's a second move. I go smaller. I anticipate a less of a move to the downside after it already failed once. Now I'm starting to think about that 100 level again. I mean, if it ever breaks this to the upside, you're probably looking at a scalp into 102.50, so I'm filing that one away in the back pocket. All we have left on is a couple of things here. One, not NEO, because that just broke 45.60. But we do still have on AMC. I'm done trying to short NEO. I think maybe it's going to be an afternoon play or something when closer to 11 o'clock. I should say lunchtime play, not afternoon, but something closer to lunchtime, guys. AMC, I want to update you here. It's still in rollover territory. I did miss this reloaded VWAP, but that's okay. I think $3 was the target all along. If it breaks 310, I'll just take the rest of it off in front of that 3 even. 280 was obvious support. I'd be a buyer down there if AMC ever cracks to that 280 mark. I'll try to pick some shares up on lunchtime consolidation if it does anyways.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, short. Good thing we're done shorting Neo right now, as that one. I mean, I'm out of my longs, and wow, like I can't believe. Honestly, this one moving a little bit more than we had thought today, but up to 2.5%, 2.45%. We could see this drop that started. We were short enough on Friday at 52, which was great. We didn't hold, right? We didn't know that Citron or Muddy Waters, whatever it was, I think it was Citron, came out with that. But just so we could find out what's happening, we did get as high as 49 there on Friday. So that before we faded out again. So I don't know, what's this high? 46.70. We're getting close to that as well. So that might be some shorting spots for me. We'll wait till 46.75 if that does come in. We will go short. Oops. We will go short on Neo, 46.75. Until then, we're going to stay out of that one for sure. CCL now making moves again back to the high side. We did miss out on these 25s. Wish we would not have, but here we go again as the ES making moves high. This is the NASDAQ right now. Not doing much on the NASDAQ. It's the S&P that seems to be moving a little bit more. And Palantir making moves down now again. Good out there at 16. We'll wait to see what happens on this one. I think we got to get back to VWAP, which is 1570, before I get interested again.
I'm going to hit this one before I forget that we even have it. We're not there yet, but someone just asked what my targets were on Virgin, so I'll go over it one more time in case you missed it. I am taking some shares out in front of this 65. It's more like an opening range top. Pre-market level got to 280, so I'll probably take some out in front of both those levels. Still have a 21 breakout order on Virgin, so I still like it breaking out through 21. That means this little dip buy, I'll be all out of that for that scalp in front of 21 even. So maximum like 50 cents, and I'll look to re-enter on a 21 break. If it does fail at 21 and dip back down to VWAP, I would just reload the long in front of that $20. So lots of ways to play it here. Of course, we're actively trading, and that's why you can see Sean and I both dip buy and take breakouts, because why not break your trade up into multiple shots? If you can do it, we can, so we take advantage when every opportunity we get. Every chance we get, we need to get an update from Brendan. This one is our small cap recap.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at small cap world. There were a few that gave you really nice opportunities this morning. I was mentioning this one right off the bat, ATHE. Nice move to the upside on some positive trial data. If you go out to the daily time frame, there's a very obvious pivot on the daily chart. If you go all the way back to July, this thing had news back then. This was right at 350. So just having a look at 350 on the intraday. This is pre-market. Oh, wow, look where it turned, 350. So a nice reversal down to 250 there if you're of the fading mindset on these types of names. So 350 down to 250. CBAT, the reason you look at them, we didn't have locates on that one. The reason you look at them is if we come back in tomorrow and it's trading around that 350 area again, and we do have locates tomorrow, we'll have an opportunity. CBAT was talking right before the open. If you joined us at 9:25, guys, I mentioned 8 and then 850. So 850. Went all the way down to 7. So a nice look there for CBAT. Still looking like it might want to test lower. AMC doesn't get much easier than this. Could not get higher in the pre-market. Every uptick was just sold back down again. So 350 here. I would have sold this thing all the way up to 375. Got down to $3. So just couldn't get out of its own way once the market did get open. Guys, back over to you.
Yep, couldn't agree more with those AMC plays. Thank you so much, Brendan. And those are the same plays that we had as well. So good play on AMC. Our best out, though, just right here, 13s. Noticing that it's stopping a bit, but I think, yeah, we could break 3 and watch out below when and if that does happen. So good trade there on AMC. I hope you guys had that. It's all part of our watch list, as Brendan just did discuss. I do have 1765 still on my radar here. I just feel silly not getting longer down here where we dropped our last 10% is probably where we should have debated going long and then just use some of these fancy bottoms down here at 715, but we did miss it. So we'll move on from that, but 1765 looking good for the upside right now on CCL, but still needs to get there, guys, before we do anything about that one. Tesla 407. Let's check out Tesla quickly here. Actually, we'll go to Brendan and we'll check it when we get back.
I was wondering if you were just hesitating, Sean, there a little bit because you saw the same headline as I did. Yeah, PayPal. Big pop on your PayPal here. Warren Buffett rumors floating around on PayPal, guys.
Yeah, no surprise there. Again, Warren, you're a little late on this call there, buddy. We made this 9 months ago. So good job, Warren Buffett. We'll take 189 on a break.
Just a couple looks here. Did get some Virgin Galactic out, so I hit it once. I'm not going to do it again. We'll go with Confetti. As it does break towards the upside. Look, I'm still going to reload if I get a chance. Anything around that 2020 to 2035 around VWAP. And then we still like the breakout for 21 even. So the rest of these shares, I'll probably take out some in the 70s to 80s, and the rest in front of that 21, probably around those 90s. Looks like Virgin's a good one. You saw me get my butt kicked over in NEO. And I'm not saying I'm going to the well again. I'm trying to hold off because I'd like to see another deeper consolidation before I jump into it. But it is still on the radar because this is not a definitive break through 45.50. We never got to 46, so that feels at least a little bit weak in terms of a breakout level. I'll be back in NEO at some point, just not yet. Don't want to. I'm somehow magically up on the day despite getting crushed in NEO, so I don't want to throw this away chasing the stock that I'm the worst on. Brendan, what's up?
Just going to update that ride. Lordstown Motors just had another volume alert there to the downside, so we're kind of breaking back through this little pivot here, 1940 back to the downside. Still 7.5% though. Yeah, Neil touched on it briefly. They came out today, updated their projected delivery schedule going forward. They also said that their pickup truck is still on track, guys, for 2021.
All right, guys, we take PayPal long 09s here. Where's my offer? I thought we'd try to get some out there. 78s, okay. I just hit offer enter on that one when it went. So we'll wait on that one. But right now, we're waiting, man. PayPal long. We'll see what Warren Buffett's going to do. It's just a rumor, I guess. The downside, if it doesn't work, 187.50 or so. Give this one a little bit of room to the downside, just in case. Space, the final frontier, yes, sir. Those were set up and just absolutely knocked down by us as well. Long year 55s. Out quickly for the scalp at 65. Then we just took some out right now at 60. So we're going to wait to see how far this one wants to go. Space right now to the upside. Watch out here. We are going to wait for it, but we're long now again out of half here, only for 10 cents though. Let's see if we can go to 21.
Yeah, you just mentioned a ride there. Does break down below, but I want to see some consolidation on a hold. It tried to do that at 1950, and without breaking up, that's not going to be a long entry for me. Maybe we'll get a shot at like 1850 to 1870 if it wants to come down any further. Just to bring you guys back over to Peloton, also took a hit on this one when it broke 102. I don't want to say I got greedy on this, but it did give me an opportunity to scalp into it. Either way, it was probably going to turn into a loss. This 100 level that was significant before, now it's trying to hold it on a pullback. I feel like if we can break down maybe after lunchtime or so, that would be a nice little short. So I'd almost ideally like to see Peloton hold up until then, and then you can get some sideways action as things try to slow down. I mean, I'm not saying they will or not. I've been avoiding it, and I feel like I shouldn't. I'll go to AMC in a split second, but we do some educational content every single day, and we have a good video coming out for you. You guys asked for it, so best trading computers. Trading setup, it was fantastic. We brought an expert on here from our IT team to let you know for a good trading setup. You can tell what I think about that picture. Hopefully you guys like it. I don't know why you would.
All right, guys, new trade alert here. Okay, CCL long through 65. We just took some out there 70s. That was a good trade, so good on that one. Space, not a new trade, but relatively new. Boeing, we're also into that one now, so we're into everything right now. Boeing long through 198. Yeah, so we'll wait to see if that one can go. We take the long, it goes up 40 cents, but we don't take that one. PayPal's another new position we're long at. That's $1 against us. We're going to get this one back down to 187. That's a light one. We're just going to see if Uncle Warren there wants to do anything about this call to the upside there on some rumors. We'll just trust Brendan without. Okay, there goes CCL. I see the rumor as well, so it's not about trusting. Here goes CCL. Just another banger for you guys as well. Chicken dinners all over the place today. We just need PayPal to go. We'll be fine. But there's CCL. Nice little win through 65. Out right there, 72s. Now making moves to the high side once again as the NASDAQ goes. Market's going big day again, guys.
Yeah, and CBAT right back down towards that 60 inch. You can see every time I take this, it's the same trade over and over again, and it's trying to be disciplined here. If it breaks below VWAP and holds that 765 range, I'm just shorting it. When it breaks highs, I'll just get out. I take profits in front of 720, and eventually, if it takes out this level definitively, we'll get our 650 target. So, I'm trying to pick my little paper cuts here every single time. And CBAT, we are back into position right around our original entry price. Brendan, what's up?
Paper cuts.
A little reinsurer, guys, popping up here. We had earnings on this one last Friday. MHLD, 36%. You can see aftermarket, big pop. For this one, just rejected pretty hard there at 2. Earnings better than expected, but looks like 2 is a problem for MHLD, guys.
All right, guys, 197, and so we're not going to give this one too much room. About a 197 break. Yeah, we're making paper cuts to the upside here with CCL. Paper cutting some winners right here, guys. 1771. Look at this long here again. Just too bad that we didn't reload down here where we talked about it. There it is, another 72 win. So we will cowbell it off a little bit right now as this continues to go for us. The only thing we're really, and then there goes Space. We just took out another 10-cent win on that one, so that's going well. And here goes Boeing to the upside. We're long 198. We're going to get this one back to 197. So if we could take about about a third off right here for 50 cents, we'll do that. Look at my Simon Property Group, guys, as that one continues to make people a lot of money. And hopefully you're one of those people as we rain it down. We talked about getting long Simon Property Group in the 60s, guys. It's $81. Hallelujah for that one. And there goes Boeing. Let's just make sure we get some out here. 198.50 or so to take out a little bit. And Space going up, CCL going up. We just got to wait on PayPal.
Yeah, and Virgin Galactic, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting close to that next out for me, which will be in front of that 80 level. Moderna can't seem to find a bit of a bid here. I mean, it tried to get up towards that 100, which I was looking to fade again. We stalled out at 97. So still weak action on mRNA. It is holding, at least tried to hold this 93. If it holds it again, I do expect a test of that 100. That's the key price. And that line in the sand that you're going to want to pay attention to. At least that's what I'm looking at. Brendan, what's up?
The clean energy names moving here. Sunworks, SunW up 10.5%. Was a lot more, but just broke back to the downside. So you can see we almost got to 4 on that last little push to the upside. But some of the clean energy names definitely in play once again this morning. Valeria is watching what is going on over in Europe this morning. We're about an hour away from the close in Europe. V, what's up?
Hey Brandon, European shares climb on the positive vaccine news from Moderna. Vodafone is up more than 5%. As it said, it's very confident about its full year performance. Back to you.
Yeah, some of the wireless players, wireless carriers, I should say, in play over in Europe today. Guys, back to you.
All right, we just keep it coming, man. More chicken dinners for everybody. Another win on CCL. It's up to 75 right now, and that's going. Look at Boeing. Hit the siren alert for this one. Bang. It doesn't matter the stock, guys, today. AMC destroyed. Boeing. Here we go. Into a 50-cent win. Already in the money, 50 cents if you want it. CCL making new highs as we go. Only been talking long CCL, guys. PayPal. Right back to where we are long. We're long 189, so run 88.90. We'll see about that one. And we're taking profits on Space, man. Just another 12-cent win. Here we go. It's going to be pretty soon. It'll be fruit salad time. We're just crushing it right now, guys. We're almost at our highest spot again. Let's see if we can't just keep the profits coming in. Oh, yeah, and anybody long Ford with me at 650? Hells to the cowbell winner there, 880.
For those of you that are tracking Ford reiterating that they're looking into making their own electric batteries. But NEO here, it's rolling over, and they talked about that 45, 60 level, but you are seeing it tried to break through, couldn't even get to 46, now back to 45 even. This would be the consolidation here. 45 to that fail break price. If it tries to hold below that 45, 60, it'll put in a lower high, and then I think could be a secondary short. Now, I've tried a couple of times this one, and the only actual good trade was probably like reversing to a scalp long. There was one short off the open pre-market that was okay, but from there, I'm down on the stock, so take it with a grain of salt. I'm looking to get back at NEO here. It has to be this test, and if it does break through the high, certainly I'm not going to get into it until it's pushed and then failed off of this 45.80 current top. Virgin Galactic has not given me my next exit. I'm actually looking to think about where I'm going to be dip buying this one. I want to stay net long in Virgin. If it dips into this VWAP, I was willing to buy it at 2020. I'll probably have to get it in the 35 to 40 range. If it does make any move to the downside, it feels like we've come off this low and we're trending towards the upside. Still looking at a 21 break. I'm going to take long no matter what in Virgin at 21, even though we've already had a nice long here.
Like, come on, guys, you're going to punch PayPal in the face right now. We're trying to go. Come on, PayPal. We're waiting up here at the day's high to get out of this one as Warren Buffett joins Sean Catino Holdings. Long PayPal. What's up?
You have to trademark that at some point. NVAX, guys, 9.5% to the downside. Just it did actually go SSR at one point, but we're bouncing here on NVAX. Another one, big move down at the open there, 96 down to 87 in a straight line there on Novavax following the Moderna news, obviously, guys.
Yeah, we talked about this one. You follow those patterns, and obviously the Moderna news, very similar to what we saw over in Pfizer, so certainly worth that watch. Just to update you guys on CBAT, it is right back towards that mid-60s. So this is a level where I've been consistently getting in. It does try to make a pop to the upside. If it fails at this level, like 790 to 8 even, once again, I'll just get out. Eventually, I'm looking to hit the home run through 7 even. I'm not looking to take only like 40, 50 cent scalp trades, which is what we've had. That's been our best. Is 30, 40, 50 pennies. I'd like to get $1 on this. At some point, I do feel like 7 has got to go, but there has been consistent and somewhat strong buying down around that, so we have to take profits where they lie. I haven't gotten into NEO yet, and I'm trying to be very, very patient. Well, again, I should say, I haven't gone back into NEO again. Not yet, and I'm trying to be patient. I want this to consolidate longer, ideally between 45 and 45.50. Either way, this is a significant level that failed to break at this 45.60. I got out of my last short there, but it only went 20 cents before failing at 46. And at some point, I feel like a flush, not exactly as bad as Friday, but something similar to that in terms of speed could happen again on NIO, and I want to be part of it when it happens.
Okay, there it is. We just did take out some of that PayPal right there at 50. Was bouncing around 50. We took 40 cents on it. I don't know, man. It should have gone there. I don't know why it didn't go. Whenever it's retesting the high for like the 3rd time there, I feel like that should have blown out there. It should have gone. So now I'm debating this at 188 to get out of this for the dollar and not hold it too much. I just feel like it should have gone there. I mean, we're still in the money. We're long, 189.09, so we're still fine. I just don't know why it didn't go there. 188.50, we probably dropped this one. I think they're not giving enough room. 187.50, I think will still be our out. Sort of where we started this move with Warren Buffett coming into play here. So 187.50 on PayPal. We could take a hit there. We could not. Who knows? Boeing, though, that's not taking a hit as we go smoke city on this one, guys. Boeing, we're long 198. This is ho-hum, Pokeroo. Just $1 in the money again. We just continue to destroy stocks for you guys every single day. I hope you like it. I hope you're doing well as well. It's all about education, not about money. What's up, Brandon?
We'll stay in the vaccine space. Novio, another one, 10% still to the upside. They also said, so there's obviously the Moderna news, but Novio coming out also saying that they're going to start their phase 2 trial for their vaccine after the initial phase was positive, guys. So another one moving back higher.
And just got a bit of a reload here in space. Virgin Galactic down around that. Like I said to you guys, 2035, 2040, something in that range. Just filled at 41s there. So we have 2 longs, one in the mid-30s, one in the low 40s. Let's see if we can't do the same thing, take some profit in and around. And I apologize for these little wicks. That's a little ugly. See if we can't get this out of the way here. It will take some of this out again in the 60 to 70 range. I do also still have a target from earlier for 75s, and then the rest 85 to 90 or so. 21 is still a break. I will not be in a long position if we break that. I'll be getting into a fresh one. But either way, Virgin bouncing off you up here. So rinse and repeat. We'll do the same thing we did before, just at a little bit of a higher price.
Okay, yep. We are looking to get in and out as well here of some Virgin Galactic. We just took some out actually at 40. I didn't like the price action, so I'm doing a little opposite of Neil here and getting out. We already captured some profits here. I don't like this price action on it. Bigger fish to fry for me anyways, including right now PayPal. We're still watching that to see if we get any action on this one. I don't know. I gave it back to 187.50. I think we take out the high now as it looks like it wants to go. So it's trying it again. This is 189.70. It stopped there a couple times. Let's watch out PayPal trying to go high side again. And there it goes, guys. We punch Boeing in the face. Bang! There's another trade for you. Thank you to Brendan for this one about breaking the high side of Boeing. We went long on that 737 news. And man, are we rewarded. There it is, guys. Just another $1.50 winner. So let's see how high it wants to go now. Very, very happy with this one. Not happy with space. Happy with Boeing. We'll give this one to the high side. I mean, let's just see what happens when we break 2 bills here. Boeing. Let's give it a little bit of a longer look here if we can. Yeah, 210 and change. I got my TELUS rep asking me if I want a Pixel 5. Do I, guys?
What was that?
Pixel 5, I know, it's not a BlackBerry 5. It's Pixel 5 right now. I don't know, it's 5G. I know Brennan was looking at it. I'm thinking about it, but I think it's prudent to wait for Black Friday. But when you have Boeing trades, guys, to the moon. Right now, $2 winner. We'll see. We'll see the action at 2 bills right now. Let's go, Boeing. Brendan, what up, Beep?
Maybe we should have your said cellular rep on for a chat about that, Sean. BEKE, this is a little Chinese real estate or reinsurer involved in the real estate sector, just made all-time highs up here. This is a recent IPO, so only, what was it, the beginning of August started trading. Down here, 32. We're at $80 almost for this BEKE, guys.
Now, we'll definitely have a look at that one. For me, I'm still looking at Virgin Galactic. I just got into a little bit more down around that 30 range. So we're basically back into the position that we had initially on the break. So it's the same thing that we did before, and we'll just look to make the same kind of trade. Now, if it breaks this low here, the higher low that it did put in, it's around 2018. I think certainly, I like a stop a little bit lower than that. I don't like putting it right at this level. But either way, if it breaks that, we'll see if 20 can't hold. If it does, we might take another crack at it. But I just felt like this was a bit overdone, and that's why we're playing it a couple of times to the long side here. I want to go over to, if I can, one other. I know we talked about a lot of the stay-at-home names. I tried my hand over at Peloton. I just want to note here, Zoom, looking like it wants to try to break back down. Of course, we're below this 400 mark. It tried to bounce back and hold. Couldn't do so. So I'm looking at this level right here, just below VWAP, this 389 price. If it breaks this, it feels like the short could be back in on Zoom. That's a bit of a failed push to what is obviously a psychological level at 400, and we're down at 375. So room to run if we break 389 to the downside on Zoom. I'll be having a look short.
Guys, look at these wins. Boeing, $2 in the money. CCL, 12 cents in the money. PayPal, I mean, it was just $2 in the money, but no, sorry. Yeah, we were long at 189. No, it went up to 190. Should have got out there. That was $1 in the money. Still nicely traded. And then space is the problem, but we did get some out there, so we're very, very light on space, watching it fall back down. So Virgin Galactic is the problem right now. I'm going to put an order at 190. I thought it was going to break there, and it didn't. So PayPal right here on Warren Buffett news. Let's put another order at 190 to get out of another third. We're still strong. 2/3 in right now on this trade, but a good trade for us today here on PayPal. Still making moves to the high side. Let's wait and see if we get out a little bit here. 190, like 189.80 something. We'll find out, put an order there, and see if we get run over there. It comes right up to the upside. We'll get out of some PayPal and watch it through 190 now, guys.
Just going to go in a quick second. We'll be going to Brennan for our sector watch, but just got a new position over here. Just talked about Zoom. It did break VWAP. It did break 389, so into this little short retrace and play. But like I said, time to get to that big screen. Brennan's ready with sector watch.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at the overall S&P 500. Nicely positive right across the board. Few things to point out to you. I want to start over here. Pfizer, 4% downside on the Moderna news today. CVS, LH, DGX, and HCA, though, all helping to offset some of that news. So the healthcare sector, positive, but only just because of Pfizer. Travel names, very strong on the Moderna news. So everything kind of related to that today. CCL, RCL here, NCLH, all the cruise lines, the hotels are here. Marriott, MGM, Wynn, all 4+% still in positive territory. GPS, we mentioned a couple of the retailers. Gap was not one of them, but Gap leading as far as the retailers are concerned, up about 5%. Energy stocks also big time moves for some of these names again. More demand, people getting back out on the road, using more oil, more demand for energy names here. 8% for FTI, FANG, VLO, HFC, all 6.5+%. So energy stocks among the leaders so far for the overall market. Banks are strong, industrials as well. There's Boeing, 7.2%, GE right beside it, 3% to the upside, HWM, WAB, RTX, all among the leaders, 3.5 to kind of 5%. Here's the airlines here, 6+% for UAL, DAL, and Alaskan there. We haven't looked at Alaskan very much, but we might need to start because it's been popping up here more often than some of these other ones. 4.8% for Love and 4.8% for AAL as well. So yeah, nicely positive, all related to that vaccine news. This was an earnings play, COG and MKTX in the banking sector also reported earnings down about 3.5%. Guys, we're up 1 full percent for the S&P. Back over to you.
All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely loving that Boeing play to the upside, and liked it all the way downside. Obviously I don't have any, I wouldn't have any targets in terms of if you're swinging into that one, but just remember, There were those tariffs that got put into place last week. There was some selling off that. That's what we're talking about, buying into that news. And then come January, there is the possibility that you could see the starting of the process to relieve some of that, and that would be another catalyst for Boeing. So lots of positive catalysts for Boeing. Vaccine, obviously one of them as well. The ungrounding of the MAX 737, and it's not done just yet. AMC looks like it's done. I'll let you guys know. It feels like the bottom. I wanted it 280. So I would be a buyer down there, but 3 even still cannot break. So I'm not going to go long off this level here, but I will cover it if we break back above 3/4. It's been a fantastic trade, but now only going sideways.
And here we go, guys. $3 winner right now on Boeing as that breaks. And hell yeah, we just tweet that out. Let's see what happens when we take 200. And yeah, 201.50 now. Boeing to the moon here as we go. I hope Air Canada, I'm going to check out Air Canada as well. My kid, long Air Canada in the face of Kevin O'Leary. Wow, good for him. He's long for $13 or $14, so that's a good one. Okay, Boeing 201 and change, 201.50 to the high side. We're going to watch out for that as Boeing continues to go. PayPal, by the way. Oh, hells yeah, PayPal. There it is. Just Brendan, like another winner here. So this is what's happening today. Everything. Check the numbers at the bottom. You can see where the wins are coming from. Mamma mia, they're coming all over the place. So we go face slapped right now as Boeing, looks kind of like me there. Well, it is me. Boeing to the upside rate, that's PayPal. Boeing right here, $3 and change now, taking out that 201.50. Let's look at a little bit of a higher time frame now. Great news today for Boeing. We've already taken this out, 194. Obviously on here, there's nothing to go with. Yes, you guys are been fantastic. Thank you so much, Genuine Athletics, for becoming a new member, guys. We are absolutely crushing it today. I don't have a negative stock. Oh yeah, space might be negative for me at some point, but we'll wait on that one today. It's another one of those days, guys. We're feeling it. Let's go.
Brennan, what's up, bud?
I just saw this Blink charging, guys. 12.5% on the day for Blink charging, just making a brand new day high here on volume coming in. They announced something that's called a cable management solution for new and existing EV charging locations, whatever that is. So that was just new coming out at 10:30 there. So nice little spike on that. 13% for Blink.
Just to update you guys on Zoom, it is going sideways after breaking down below VWAP. I mean, you look at the overall market, ES holding up 1%. The NASDAQ just cracked 12,000 and then came right back in. So it is trying to push through the top. So I'm going to go with a tighter stop than probably normal here, because if we break this 390 and the NASDAQ is still trying to push, I'll just get out and look for another re-entry point into Zoom. Either way, if it continues to go sideways, it actually could be something where I could add if this continuation is to the downside. But a bit of a battle happening overall in the tech sector, and we don't want to make sure we're caught in the wrong end of it. To go back to Virgin Galactic, it's holding steady for me, right at our entry price and sort of this 2035 to 2040 where we're long before. Sorry, we got long before, holding up rather nicely. If it breaks this bottom, we'll just get out of it. But looking to rinse and repeat. I'm not going to add to my position. I've already gone ahead and done that with the second entry here. So just waiting for it to make a bit of a base and play this range. And if it wants to be range bound, I have no trouble just hanging on to this one and then maybe scalping it throughout the rest of the day. At some point, I still think it should pop. I think that news was overblown. Brendan, what's up, bud?
We were talking about some of these chip makers right at the beginning of the day. Micron just popping up here through 61. Just broke 61 on a volume spike there. Flip over to NVIDIA. Not quite there as far as day highs yet, but another one still nicely higher, guys.
All right, we went short here, Neo by accident, so we're going to get out of this right now. 45.43, just covering it and getting it out. But right now, guys, everything making huge moves. Look at this PayPal win, guys. We just take that in and we put that cash. We're doing some backflips for you now on PayPal. We could tweet this out to 189. 09, I guess 10 it was. What is my exact price here on PayPal? Yeah, 09. Okay, so $1.70 in the money, $2.70 in the money on Boeing, guys. CCL 35 cents in the money, and then Space finally starting to come back a little bit. This could be our only loser, but I can get it right now, and we would be flat. So spin the money, guys. Big time moves today. PayPal out of PayPal there at 191. So there we go. That's the cash you're all been waiting for. Bang today. The money just keeps on flying in, Neil. Let's keep it going.
I'm watching over at Neo, which is trying to get back up to that 45.50, but also watching Li Auto, which is doing a similar move at its top. it just feels like this is almost as good a level. If you look at this, it's like 34.75 going in the afternoon on Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests at this before putting in a lower high. Li Auto just feels a little bit better of a short for me, and it's a very similar thing over into NIO, where it's an obvious, sort of an obvious breakout if you were to look at this through 34 and a quarter. 24 is a high. I'll short in front of it first. Look to reverse into a bit of a long trade in Li Auto, just jumping from one name to another here in the EV space. The setup just feels a little bit safer on Li Auto to me.
Okay, so there's our short there, 45.50, like we talked about on NEO, and now we're just coming to the downside again. So 45.50 short on NEO, and then we'll watch to see what happens to the downside. Now, our space is coming back, but then it stopped. This is a 30-cent winner short. Boeing, we're going to get out if it breaks back down below 200, and there it is. I thought we got out, but I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on with these order types, but not out again on that one, so we'll find out, but that's a good little win there for us on Boeing breaking 200. We're long 198, so good little trade there. Just got to find out what happened to that order type there.
Yeah, just got on the Li Auto. First entry point here is going to be 33.65. I will take some more shares if I can, but I'd like a price a little closer to 34 if I can get it. 34 quarter, of course, being both high of the day, and where I'm going to be getting out. Just talked about Zoom a little bit here. We're starting to roll over in the NASDAQ, so I'll do a couple of things here. Show you both this little break that we're watching to the downside on Zoom, and then give you a quick look at the overall market, which is trying to hold below this 12,000. I feel like it's going to have to do that if this is going to be any kind of a winning trade in Zoom. So yes, it's in the money. The fact that we're going sideways means I would like to scalp some off. If I can get like a buck 50 maybe, I should take a little bit off of Zoom, just in the off chance we're going to test higher in the NASDAQ, and there might be a better entry point for me a little bit later on, or even closer to lunchtime here, guys. But either way, Zoom has broken VWAP. It is trying to test lower. And I'll take some out at the bottom end of the range. Actually have a target bid down here for just to do that, so I can try to reload. There it is. We'll finally get that. It's been a bit of a roller coaster once I got into this position, but it is looking like it wants to hold in Zoom. I'll reload in front of 90s if I can get it, but I think this has a good shot to roll at least back to 380, especially given that we just failed in the NASDAQ at 12,000. Any continuation in that move, and I think we're going to get that $7 to $10 type winner on the rest of this Zoom position.
Okay, we're going to go back over and look at Peloton now, because Zoom has already just talked about there. Another name here. Okay, so breaking back down below now, 100 there on Peloton. We can find out. I still like this 100 short. We'll look into a little bit longer. What's up, Brendan?
One we were looking at last week a couple of times. Yeah, there was an offering, guys. Hall of Fame Resorts, if you remember, HOFV. 53%, $25 million offering, both stock and warrants apparently, down to 110 here for this HOFV, guys.
100.30. I'm just thinking about here where to go long, and I think we're going to take Peloton through this 101.30. I actually like the long better than the short. We could, there is some VWAP down here, 99 and change, so let's wait to see. I actually like the long better than the short here in Peloton, so $100.10 is where we're going to be looking for that with just a price target of $1. If we can make $1 on that, that'll be good. And then our downside is basically $1 as well, 99 and change. So we'll wait to see if we can fly into that one. CCL still in that, guys, to the upside. Good trade. We didn't get out at 18 like we should have. We did take some out at 92, though. That's been a big trade for us. NEO coming all the way back. Our out's 45.50 on this one last short. I like it, but I don't want to be short this name. That's for damn sure. So 45.51, I guess, we'll get out. Just use 50 as our out.
Yeah, and just going to quickly take you guys back over to Moderna here now. I am ready to reload if I get a chance with the market coming back up in Zoom, so I'm watching that out of the corner of my eye. But Moderna trying to make a push, and I've been talking about 100 if it can get there all morning. It feels like this might be the push. First, it would have to break through this 97.35 area, and if I feel like it's put in a higher low and it's trying to make a move into 100, I'm going to look to take this break, 97.35, and just scalp it off. I still want to try the short. 100 in this 102.50 area certainly is worthwhile for a short for me, but if it's going to be a breakout first, 97.35 I take for just a scalp trade on mRNA. Brendan is at the big screen. Time for Money Talks.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at currency world. We'll go to foreign exchange land. We are seeing a little bit of US dollar weakness coming back in, even with the vaccine news today. So a lot of these going to be higher on the day. The euro just barely in positive territory, back above 118 and a quarter. was a bit of a level last week. Canadian dollar, 0.5% to the upside, 76.5. British pound, same story, 132 almost now for the British pound. Was actually higher than that. It was about 0.3 earlier on. Some of these other ones, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, lower volatility coming off a little bit as the session kind of progresses here. Aussie and New Zealand. There was some positive economic data out overnight over in Australia affecting both of these. So a nice look, both popping this today. 73 once again for the Australian dollar, up about 0.5%. Crypto is pretty quiet so far. 16,400 for Bitcoin holding. Ethereum down about 3%. Back below 460. If you remember, 460 was kind of the bottom as of the end of last week. So we are breaking below that, guys. Let's go back to Neil.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Ignore these wicks to the downside that you see in NIO. Those are some dark pool prints, but it is still consolidating here at 45. It is shy of that 45.50, 45.60 area that I was looking at before. Li Auto took that one out for a hit, reversed to the long, made some of it back, but it's not going anywhere. And I feel like the big boy is the name of the game here. I did like it if it had tested a little bit higher towards that high. It just hasn't happened. But the consolidation's in. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. If I'm going to put this trade on, it's going to have to start here and almost right now. So I will start a position here in NIO if I can, around 45 even. Zoom is still in the money, about $1, but I'm looking to reload that one in front of that 390 area. We are still holding lower than 12, but we actually just touched 12,000 again on the NASDAQ. So the fact that Zoom is holding below VWAP, not a bad sign. As I said, I'm not going to give NEO past that original break price at 45.60. I know the high of the day is 45.80. I'm going to get out before that. I think it's too strong if it breaks that key price. Brendan, what's up?
Just watching BioNTech, BNTX, still down 12.5% on the Moderna news, but apparently the CEO just coming out saying beginning of January, so first couple of weeks of January, they're looking at as far as delivery goes for their vaccine, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the reason why they were going to be down so far, and it just came down to how long Moderna's lasts in terms of refrigeration, in terms of the temperature that you have to put in. And BioNTech's going to be under pressure because of that. I'm going to take you guys back to what looks like a bit of a runner here in CBAT. Now, it hasn't broken the pre-market high yet. You can see every time I've shorted, it's been around the same price. We win some, and then we lose. We win, and then we lose. And last time we lost. So I'm basically flipping a coin each time and just going back and forth 50-50. If it breaks through this $9 range, I feel like it could get a little hairy, guys. It's been a bit of a bid. It just broke up on good volume getting into lunchtime, which means it could be a bit of a runner. So watch out for that 9 even area. I'm not going to short off at this level unless it fails at 9. So let's see if it tests back up. For those of you that are looking for breakout trades, CBAT should be on your radar around that 9 if it can push up there. Not there yet, but got to have a plan just in case it does. Brandon, what's up?
Somebody was just asking about this ATHE once again. As far as potential, I would only say downside. 240 has to hold. Below that, this thing was trading at $1.20 last week. So every time, if you go to the daily chart, I'll blow this up even. If you go to the daily chart, every time this thing pops, you can see it kind of fades off over the next couple of days. Big pop and then a fade. Big pop, you can kind of expect the same. Downward action, still 123% for ATHE. Again, it was a regenerative disease disorder treatment that came back with positive trial data. But still, I mean, this thing needs to retake $4 or $5 even before I would consider it back on the strong side of things, guys.
Yeah, and then just update you guys on Virgin Galactic. It's still looking like it wants to, it's trying to hold. It's doing a pretty solid job of holding in and around this key price from before. Like I said, I'm not really adding to this position. Just going to try and rinse repeat what we did a little bit earlier on in the session. And this 2017, 2015, whatever you want to call it, this area has to hold for me. I'll give my stop just a couple of cents below that just to be sure that we are giving it some room. It's a similar sideways action on Zoom that's happening here. And as the market tries to break out, Zoom's still in this range. And part of the reason why I did take off some profit here, it's almost like a $2 profit, but it's basically a $2 range below VWAP here on Zoom. So as long as it wants to hold, I'll try and rinse and repeat. However, if we're above 12,000 on the NASDAQ, I'm not adding to my short. If we tick below 12,000 and I can pick this up in and around 389 or not too much worse than my original price, then I'll go ahead and do that. I just don't want to be adding to a short here if we are holding that such a key psychological level and attempting to break out over here on the NQ. So just updating you guys on my little action here on Zoom. Already taken almost a couple of bucks. I think there's a bigger flush, but the market's probably going to have to participate to get it.
Hey guys, Hydration Nation is back. I just noticed it's pretty frozen here. Our fridge. You see that, Valeria? There's like little ice chunks in here. So Hydration Nation, Mr. Wheelie Man, Jarhead, everybody, Shob, the doctor, don't worry. We've got our water. We're going to stay hydrated for you so we can keep making these kind of calls, guys. I mean, again, I'm going to, Neo short right here, 45.50. That's a good one. We actually wound up taking more shares. That's why I told you guys we had more shares than we thought at that 45.50 spot, but that's okay. We got out of it really quickly, and now we're holding a little bit for that one to go on the downside. We actually did take Peloton on a break there. I was getting the water, so I didn't see this one. Peloton just breaks right now on the 1 minute chart, so we are long now $100.10 on Peloton. So let's give this one a little bit of a look. A 99, I said that would be an out. Even get a little more aggressive than that. Let's not even wait for 99. You have 99.11, 99.12. I'm also looking right now at 99 and a quarter maybe. Let's use VWAP. I mean, we're just cruising along VWAP right here. If this is gonna work, it's gonna have to go now or soon enough anyways, right? So let's just use 99.50, give it down to 99 and a quarter. So we'll give this one about 80 cents or so worth of room to go. I still think there is a little bit of problems at $100.50, so we'll take off a piece for 40-cent win if we can get it. You can see the NASDAQ now creating new highs once again, so watch out here. 12,000 breaking. Peloton, $100.50 first target.
Yeah, and you talked about the NASDAQ breaking, man. I like the fact that Zoom's in the money for me, but that's why I'm not adding to the position, just because, as you mentioned, if the market tries to break up, especially tech, I'm not going to be fighting this. I'm trying not to fight too hard in NIO, but I'm looking at this. It's at 133 million shares. So if I look at this bottom, 44.70, I did scalp out like 25 pennies just because if it holds this range, I want to be able to sort of rinse and repeat, make a little bit of cash back here if I can inside of this range. Obviously, if it breaks down, I think we can get down to VWAP at least, which is 44. So there could be I think there's bigger winners in store, as I mentioned all morning long. But I'm not going to stare that in the face and take absolutely nothing off in that situation. I think that'd be a little bit reckless. So if we bounce here and I can catch 45 to 45 quarter, I'll just take more shares. Looks like we're headed southbound in NIO, however. Going the other way in Zoom, it's still in the money, but I'm not adding, guys. I'm just taking it off if it breaks the top side here. The market looks like it wants to go, especially in tech.
I mean, we spin some money around right here for PayPal as well, as that's now making new highs. I just hope you guys are with this, with us on this one here. PayPal 189 in, out 189.50, out for the dollar, then out for the $2 win, and now it's $3 in the money. But PayPal, either way you slice it, man, it's a backflip kind of a day for me because Warren Buffett joined Sean Catino Holdings and is now finally long, rumors here, on PayPal. If he has a better price than 107 or whatever I have, good job there, Warren, but we're going to wait on this one. Still making moves to the high side. CCL, 1765. We're waiting for that one to break through 18. We've talked about that. 70-cent win on Neo, and Peloton flat. Looking for more. Give it to us on Europe.
Hey guys, European shares are in a very positive territory today on Moderna vaccine news. Britain is up 1.84%. Germany is up 0.76%. France is up 2.01%. And Spain is up 2.87%. Spanish bank BBVA is a huge mover today after it announced it's going to sell its US business to CN Financial for more than $11 billion. Back to the traders.
So I'm going to be out of space. It just broke through what was my level, at least the one that I'm watching here. So I don't want to give it all the way to 20 even. We talked about this off the open. So I rinsed and repeated our action here through 2035. And thankfully we took some profit. That's why you want to scalp some out if you're trading this style. I'm still, as long as we hold this bottom, this 1980, 20 even, I'll still be involved in a 21 break if it happens this afternoon. Obviously that's not going to happen anytime soon. It's a muted loss, but I didn't want to give this trade all the way to the low. I thought this was overdone, but I'm not going to fight this one too hard. If it wants to go, it wants to go. In terms of Zoom, we'll go 50-50 on that as well because Zoom breaks to the upside. I talked about the market, that 12,000. I gave you the reason why I didn't want to rinse and repeat and reload there. As long as we're above that 12,000 mark, so it looks like that was a good decision. So we will be positive on Zoom. I still like this one for another short. And if we break up and cannot get back towards that 400 level, maybe stall shy of it, 95, 97, I'll be very happy with that. NEO continuing to roll over. It just broke 40.50. I'll take some more off there. Again, just working it all the way down to 44 even. I'll still be down on the stock no matter what, but making some of it back here on NEO. Brendan, what's up?
The CBAT going again. CBAK Energy, lithium battery maker, all-time highs. Yeah, above that last little pivot there. Through $9 now or trying at least through 9 for CBAT, guys.
All right, we'll do a little bit of a backflip here. Oh no, my chart's stuck on MindMed. I saw someone talk about MindMed, but there goes Peloton. We'll close this and get it back up. But right now, Peloton, guys, we just took the profit there. Get out of here, open it back up. But Peloton, we just took out some for 50 cents there, so that was a good win. We'll call the chart back up again and load it for you. There's Peloton in here at 100, out at 150 cents. So now we'll wait for some more upside. We just did notice that this was a little bit of a spot right there, so we're out of a third now. And look at NEO. Now, look, we run it both ways, guys. We go long and short, and here we go, NEO now. Nice little move downside. We crushed the short. Well, not crushed. We have pre-market. That wasn't a big trade. But here we go. We go long here again and long in here somewhere right there to the upside. Then we take the short, and now we're reaping benefits on that one as well. So right now, NEO making a winner of us both ways, and CCL still at the high of the day, guys. We're still short that one. That's 11.5 cents in the money. We're at our highest spot today. So it's spinning around money for this guy on this account today. And it's been like that all of November, guys.
And good look here, and obviously NEO's going to be a fantastic one. And I'm gonna take some more out here in front of VWAP. It's just a psychological level, also 44 even. And I did get some profit at 44, 40 here when 50s broke, but obviously that even dollar does loom. If it breaks below that, I want to hold at least some of this position and make sure that I have an opportunity to take more short if it breaks up towards 45. So it is what it is. Like I said all morning long, I'll still be down on NIO. I also got out of space, like I told you guys. If it holds 20, maybe there's a reload. I'm not going to fight that one too hard as well. But I also want to make sure we go to one more name here, if I can find you. Excuse me. Uber. And I like this level right here, higher low, 49.75. It's trying to put in. If we roll over here on Uber, it was positive news. They're selling off their automated car division. That's why they're up, but now we're holding a little bit lower off this level. So 49.75, it's tested once, twice. If you get like a triple test or a twice it tests a lower high off of a psychological fail break at 50 at lunchtime, all of that adds up to one short here. So as I say it, look at, why do I even talk? I should just get into position, tell you guys about it later. But I try to give you my thoughts on these before I get into it. Moderna just broke to the upside. I talked about that breakout trade, testing back towards VWAP and 100 hopefully. So new position alert on that one. Did not miss that, even though I just obviously missed this Uber short.
Okay, yeah, we've got them. That happens to the best of us all the time. I mean, how many times am I sitting here saying, oh, I'd go long Microsoft, and then bang, it's like 50 cents in the money. Good call there. CCL, we've still got that long. That's good. It should have been reloaded, as you guys can see there at the bottom. So we'll watch that one. NEO still the dollar in the money. CCL, then here goes Peloton. Watching this one just to see, that's PayPal. That was a good trade for sure. But here's Peloton. It's just still hovering at this level, so we will check out on that. We've got real good. This is the only negative stock today here. This is space for me. So we did go long here. We were out some at the upside, but then we held through VWAP there and got it out at 2020. So today we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9 for 10 today, guys, and that's what we do. So we celebrate that. You can see all the numbers at the bottom and the kind of damage that we're doing here. What's up, Valeria? I hope you're having a good day as well.
What is up, Valeria? Actually, you know what? It's a weird one because it's Monday. The market's moving. Things are going crazy. There's obviously good wins to be had. You can see across the board. I mean, I'm thankful to be up despite the fact that I've lost on NEO today, and I love that one. But where's my 1,000? Where's my 1,500? Where's my 2,000 likes? We're starting the show earlier for you guys, starting on the 30th. I figure that's worth a few likes. How are we doing, Valeria?
Well, Neil, we are doing fine, but guys, we need just 100 more likes for me doing moonwalk for you. And I remind you that our daily goal is 2,500 likes, so please support and smash the like button right now.
Smash it, break it, do whatever you want to it. Let's see if we can't get, like I talked about, this little break here in Moderna. It is holding higher, so that's a pretty good sign here above this 97. Obviously this 95.50 to 96 area is going to have to hold. Don't want to give this too much more than a buck. This is still a bit of a retracement play. I know it's up 9% on the session, but it is still in a bit of a downward trend below VWAP. Once that breaks, I'll start to take profit off on the way to 100. I'm not trying to hold this too much past 100. Obviously, that's going to be a good level. NEO just broke 44, so I'm assuming that's what Sean was hitting the money for. Looks like we got a good one on as well. I'm going to hold into this position. I'll be shorting pops if I can. If it gets down to like 42.50, certainly I would just take off the 250. You can't hold for much more than that, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. NEO right now, yeah, big time. $1.70 now in the money, but I'm still a little bit nervous watching this Peloton. I thought it would have gone there on that first break, like we talked about. So a little bit, VWAP not really moving up. So I'm debating this one now, 99.75. What's up, Brendan?
I had earnings on this one last week, but just going to double check real quick on MoneyGram. Yeah, nothing new, it looks like, but new recent highs here, 52-week highs, in fact, for MGI up 9% today. So a nice move, just made a day high as well, guys.
All right. We're trying to keep our perfect day here, so not that it matters. We got to follow because I make so many trades here, guys. 250 fills. I just don't want this one to go against even more than it can here. So we'll get out right now, Peloton, breaking through 99.77 right now. I don't really like this name as much as I obviously did, so let's get out of a little bit now. We'll see if we get out for some for flat, and then rinse this one again downside. 99.75. If that does break, we're going to get out of that one. $2 in the money, NEO.
Yeah, NEO looking absolutely fantastic. It looks like it's going to be the big time flush here. Moderna, I don't know about this one. It's kind of holding sideways. I do want to take you quickly back over to Uber. Look, I was talking about this short. Obviously, I missed my chance when it started to come down, but it's still holding this range, 49.50. I think if we can play the top end of it, that's fair enough. And we'll just jump into some shares if it can come back up. I'm ideally hoping for a bounce off VWAP, but the call was short. So if it breaks here, it'll be a good call, but a trade that I ultimately missed out on, guys. It is what it is. It's going to happen to you. So we just move on from that. I still like this Uber play. It's just going to have to come back to me. I'm not going to force this one or chase it too far. Just want to remind everybody, I said it a couple of seconds ago, but starting on November 30th, we are starting the show at 8:30. It's the same length, of course. Things slow down. You're getting into lunchtime. More time on preparation, more symbols to cover, going over the watch list a little bit better for you guys. We're always thinking about how we can make this better, and I feel like preparation going into the day and to make sure we can hammer every single one of these key levels and all the different calls that we have. I know it gets hard to catch them all in a half an hour before they open. That's why we're changing things up and giving you a full hour before that open, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And we know that's what you want. So, yeah, hell yeah on that one. Happy to be here earlier for you guys every day as we're here to prepare anyways. So, good look there. NEO is going to come out. If we do break a little bit above VWAP, 44.30 or so, for this $2 smoking hot winner right now is NIO. So, really happy, obviously, with the way this one's turned out today. My largest stock of the day, profit-wise here, is NIO. So, it's been a good one for me. And we'll continue to destroy this one every day, hopefully. It's been such a beast for me. Check out SPG as well. Guys, this was one of those investment calls that I like to make. Hopefully you're long this one with me in the low 60s. We talked about why we like that one, and I saw the Matt Murphy effect. He came through yesterday or today and talked about that a little bit. $63, you guys know we're long down there, so that's a great play. CCL fading back in. Let's cancel this. Fading back in a little bit. This time I think we just get out, man. We're long right here. Let's just grab it out. CCL. It's just too bouncy. I keep ignoring it, and which I shouldn't be doing. So let's get out of some CCL. Look to reload, maybe down at 1750. NEO's still going downside. GBTC moving, but not really. And then here's NEO looking at VWAP right here, 44.
Got an iceberg order that I'm dealing with here on Moderna, 97.50. Just if I can quickly show you here, there's a couple of thousand shares on the level. I did see it get hit and then come right back. So there's a refresher, whatever you want to call it, a bit of a seller. If we get through this, I think that's going to be the look that we have here. I'm not saying I want to necessarily tighten up. If it wasn't for the fact that the market was going up right now, I would tighten my stop, but it looks like we are bouncing to the upside. Moderna did have the positive news, so I'm not going to change anything with my stop area is going to be, but that's just a little bit of a look. Want to make sure you guys saw that in level 2. I am still long here at 97.40, but there is that sell action at 97.50 that can't break, and that's shy of VWAP. So if you're feeling a bit dicey, you could have gone with a tighter stop. I'm still going to give Moderna some room. Not to say I'm doing it because I'm up on the stock. That's a poor reason. I just feel like the retracement is on here, and it has held a higher low. It held a pre-market bottom, a couple of positives here. And I still think we never really got that test of the 100 to 102 level, which tends to happen during lunchtime when you get these COVID vaccine plays. To the downside, they tend to test those levels at some point in the afternoon. Brendan, what's up?
I talked about this one earlier a little bit. Taiwan Semiconductor now almost 10% straight higher. Another high here just made all-time highs now as well for TSM, 9% on the day and change. This one just popped back up above 65 million on the day as far as shares traded, but got rejected last time. CCL up at, what was that, 18 bucks, guys.
Oh my goodness, CBAT did break, guys. Apologies. Of course, tracking a lot of names here. I talked about this like 9 even if you're holding shorts. And again, every single time I've been short this stock, I've had relatively tight stops, not even giving it to the high of day. But one of the reasons why, and apologies if I didn't show you this before, that's all on me. When you're shorting some of these retracements, you want them to be stocks that are trending to the downside, not putting parabolic moves and breaking out after coming back in. It's now done this a couple of times here, and you're seeing it test towards that high. I'm no longer shorting this until one of two things happen. Either a crazy parabolic move upside that fails at like a psychological level, like 10, 12.50, or halt. If it halts, then I'll be looking for any kind of a downside retracement off of that halt. So CBAT is off and running. I'll let you guys know why I had tighter stops and why I thought this might be a runner. I'm not taking the breakout at this time of day. Personally, I don't make a lot of money doing it, so I'm not going to go for that. The seller has broken on Moderna here, so 97.40 is my long, 97.50 just broke to the upside. I need to take out VWAP as well, and then once that happens, my first target is for just shy of $1, and then the next third will take out in front of 100. Once it enters this range, 100 to 102.50, I will be looking for a rollover ideally, so I'll be trying to exit and reverse into a short trade in case that happens. So just laying out the plan for you guys here in this lunchtime hour on Moderna. It was good for the short, now we're into the long, guys.
Okay, so I only have one position on here. We did get out of our Peloton. Look, there it is for flat, and then we get out, and now it rips up. So Peloton staying on the positive side of things here, but yeah, making moves now to the upside goes Peloton. Dumped it. We should not have there, but we did. I was getting a little nervous that it hadn't gone yet, but it's going now. So congratulations to anybody that holds on to this roller coaster today. Peloton, a good little name there. Hopefully you guys still have that long, as it's now making new highs of this current little hour, I guess, hourly highs. Okay, Palantir, another position. So I'm at the highest spot I've been at all day here, guys. So we're going to try to hold on to that. But I do like this break again on Palantir. It seems like it's making a base. What is this, 1545? So I do like it, even to take some serious shares if you guys want to. I'll probably do that as well. Down here at 1580, 1581. Sorry, up here at 1580, 1581. NEO still holding strong. I have 44.30 as our target. It actually goes to 33 there. So I guess my target is actually, 40s. 44.40 is the target. This 44.50 break. So we still are short here. NEO, as that's my most profitable stock. Mr. Wicked.
Another one from the computer space, Chinese name, Canon, having quite the day. I was just reading, they don't make chips, but they make circuit boards, and also they're into the AI space. Wow, what a move for this thing. CAN 32% today, 270, coming up to almost $1 move on this thing, straight higher on volume as well. Volume coming in at day highs here for CAN, guys.
It can go higher, apparently. Moderna here, I'm just going to update. I had an order for the other side of 98 to try and take some profit, but a seller emerged at 98 even, so I just took it off on the front side for 50 cents. I mean, why squibble here? Why try to take 70, 75 if I can take 50? I still am trying to hold, and if it maintains its VWAP break, my next out is still in front of 100, so I'm still going to have the same plan, but the front third, I just wanted to make sure I took some off in case it rebounded to the downside. Market's still trying to climb here. We're above that 12,000 mark. Moderna, of course, positive news. We've talked about it all morning long. It's on the watch list. It was the first name on the watch list, and I've had it to the short side for a win. Now looking to do the opposite trade, bouncing off the low of the day. I'm still holding the last of my NEO short. but it's not the first short I had, and certainly it is the only one that's working out for me, obviously, as you can see here. Thankfully, we've had some other winners to make up for it, but it's consolidating around VWAP, so I still have a quarter of this position. I'm looking for it to break down and retest this opening range bottom between 42.50 and 43. That would be my last out. Otherwise, I'll be probably done with NEO for the day. That seller in Moderna cannot crack that 98. That's why I took some profit off in front of it. Still think it's going to go, but wise to take some profit. It is getting close to lunchtime, guys.
Right, PayPal still to the upside. Hopefully you guys maybe have that one as well with us. That would be good. We're out of it, but that was a nice little trade there. PayPal, hopefully you had that on that headline break. Thank you to Brendan for that one. Peloton, back down. See, this is why we get out of this one, guys. I'm not too sure about what we're going to do with that. And then CCL. So this is just another one. I'm going to try to find some new names for you. AMD. Good trade there, Rob. Rob knows we were both long. Well, I'm still long 76. I think Rob got out about here, but it's been a kind of a tipsy-turvy movement here on AMD. I like that NVIDIA story today. 83.60 to the high side. Let's check out its big bad brother in NVIDIA now, 540 now to the upside. That's only up 1.4%. So you see this one's falling down, and watch AMD, guys. High. So it's still upside on AMD. I like this one. If you're going to be long any chip name, I prefer AMD. I talked about why. I also like Intel. But right now, AMD, just because Intel's been beat up so much, AMD now trying to come back down. Watch out for 83 even. Just depends on what you think of the NASDAQ. I think the market's huge today. The ES up huge now. Here's the ES chart. 1.2% right now and still making moves. 36.22, all-time highs and whatnot now in target, guys. So watch out here for this market. Just continues to go. The only trade I'm waiting for right now is Palantir, and I still like it. It seems like it's ramping up to this 1580.
Yeah, and I think the other trade I got to update here is NEO. It did just break through that 43.50 area. So this is the push down that's likely, knock on fake wood, likely to get me out if we retest below this or in between that 42.50 to 43 mark. Just feels wise to maybe take some off from the front side of it. On the other hand, however, Moderna is pulling a little bit back on me, guys. So it's back below VWAP. This is a bit of a failed break, and we're coming back to that 12,000 mark, and the NASDAQ, the ES, also trying to hold above 1%. I just thought there'd be more juice in mRNA. You get a break like this, it should be going faster as a breakout trade, running at all kinds of resistance. I am now not going to fight it. I'm going to tighten my stop up. If it breaks back below this 97, I don't want to throw away my profits. My initial look was short. I was looking for a short if it tested 100. I just don't feel like this is going to be in the cards. So I'm going to walk away from this Moderna position, the long, and essentially be flat on it if it does break down below 97 and change here, or just on the south side of 97 and change, and just walk away for a profitable trade overall in the session, but flat on this long.
Okay, and yeah, we're looking to find out what's happening here because I'm still with you. I got this $2 win on NEO and just thinking to myself, like, where do we actually get out? So I'm going to adjust my stops on that one. I did have 44.36 up here as a stop. We talked about that. That did not hit. Now 43.87 VWAP. So I'm going to go there. 43.87, a big win. We're still short upside right here. I think this is like, look, we've gotten some bunched action downside right now. I think this is worth getting out. So 43 and change. Let's just take a smooth $3 win if we can on this. 45.50 out. I think 43 is good, man. 43.20. Let's just get out right now of some NEO and hit that register because this looks like it's going to be a good trade here for us. Well, it already is a good trade, but we're looking to make a little bit more, just a couple more pennies, and we'll get out of NEO here. Boeing, we did have 200 on the mind for that break. We're already long 198 and now out 200. So that's another $2 winner. Guys, we're 9 for 10 today, so it's been a very profitable day, and I hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, and just I want to go back to Zoom here because obviously stay-at-home play, you're going to see it under pressure. The market coming back into that 12,000 range. I did have that scalp in Zoom where we took a couple of bucks and then took a $1 hit on the second half here. Now I'm looking to get back in around the same area here on Zoom. So if we can get this 389 VWAP price, we're testing down to 12,000. I'll take another shot here on Zoom. This time off of 391 top. Brennan, what's up?
Another one to look at, guys. Therapeutics, biotech, in fact, ARPO 8.3% today. Just saw this one on the relative volume scanner. So there was a little bit of news aftermarket on Friday on this one. So continuation just broke that day high 180 for ARPO.
All right, we're out now of NEO, so we can hit the backflips like crazy on that one. Look at that out, guys. 43.16. We go out on NEO. Before now, reversing to a small long right now. So we go out there. That's a $2.50 winner. Now we'll try to see if we can't get NEO right now to go back to 44 and change, and we'll run this thing upside down again. Short, long. I'm about to tweet this one out. Follow us all over Twitter. Like, here we go short out. Then we go long and crush it. We go long again. Then we go short and destroy that. Now we're long again in the money, another 20 cents long. It's a backflip kind of day on NEO here, guys. Let's just keep this momentum going.
CBAT is continuing its push up. It's not at that point yet where I'm looking for the rollover. It's getting close to $10, but you see here 950. I'm either seeing halts that stall out and open lower, or I'm looking for that 10, maybe that 1250, whatever level it happens to be. It's got to be a psychological one. This is what we're looking at on the daily chart, guys. CBAT has done this a couple of times and sustained its moves. That's why I want to try to be patient with this name. Speaking of patience, I'm a patient man. And but ultimately, yeah, I think it's an interesting picture. You guys let me know what you think about that one. I'm not lying to you about this. I was trying for blue steel. These guys were like, try the blue steel look and see if you can do it. I'm like, I don't know, I'll give it a shot. I'm not Ben Stiller. You see why he makes the big bucks, because I look terrible. But best trading setups. We talk about computers all the time. You want to make sure you have what you need to run whatever your platform is. We brought one of our IT experts on to let you guys know a few different types of models and some products that you might want to look at if you're either starting out for a trading station or you're trying to upgrade yours for the ultimate. Definitely some along the entire range there, and some in the middle. I know it was a topic we got tons of requests for, so we finally bring this one to you. It was a fantastic one. Rob from our IT team absolutely crushed it, so good stuff. Again, check that out on our Market Wisdom page. Valeria should have the link in just about 20 minutes or so.
Guys, we are playing this honestly like a fiddle here on NIO. I don't know how much better we can do this. Like, there's the long now in the money now, 40 cents. It goes up, 43.37. We just ticked out 65 there. So that was another 30-cent win there on the long side of NIO. So we tweet that out, and now again, we go back to the highest spot all day for us, and we just continue to crush these markets, guys, big time here. Again, 9 for 10 on the names. You guys know the symbols. Just look below, and you can see all the additions up there, guys, of the of our profits, our P&L. So there it is, guys, on the long side of NEO. Look at this win once again. Like, we go short, then we go up, back and forth, over again, guys. Good trading here on NEO. We continue to crush it. I think the best stock here today. Give it to us, Brendan.
COTY, just saw popping up here. That beauty company, COTY, 8%, just made a day high through 510. Look at the daily chart. This thing's gone from $3 now to 520 in like a week. So they had earnings that were better than expected, but nice move for Cody once again, guys.
And CBAT continues to run here. I just saw a bid show up there. Someone just ate 50,000 shares up at 980. A bit of a buyer. If you're not short covering, that is an aggressive move. I'm looking at 10 here. If we can roll over shy of 10, that'd be my first look. I just talked about it as a psychological level or potential halts to the upside. It's about to get to this price. If it looks it in the face and gets scared, I'll try and catch some shares on the downside here. But got to be quick on the trigger. There's no way. There it goes. It just broke through 10, so my hands are off. I'm not looking to take that break, unfortunately. Look, if you're long, fantastic. Talked about a 9-even break. I tend to short these. I'll give you the idea of where I think things will get hairy for people shorting. Obviously, I stopped shorting a long time ago. This one off to the races. I think I'm going to get this halt. At some point, I am anticipating that we're going to have a halt to the upside. We'll get some better price discovery. That can be a good area for a short for me, at least.
Okay, yeah, so right now we'll watch CBAT and that making moves to the high side. I'm trying to get into something else. I mean, SPG's been a great long-term call. Grow generation brands. I mean, you guys are asking for more. I can't just keep them coming every day. More and more long-term plays. GWRG, we'll get that in a minute. CGC was another play here for you guys. Up again today, the marijuana stock that just keeps on going. Let's go. My charts need to go here. Up 1%, so that's been a good one. Weed Batman's definitely been in the building. I know a lot of you guys trading ACB and Afria. I prefer CGC off that move. A nice one. Let's check out ACB, though, quickly. That's still over on New York, so we can look at that. 680, down 3 and a bit percent. I don't like, this is the worst name of all the cannabis plays. I don't like pure grow plays or anything like that. They've already announced quite a bad report, and they've split hundreds of times. And last one, I think, was 100 to 1 on the split as well. NEO, guys, look where we're long. Check the bottom of the board where we're long, 43.37 there. Yeah, make sure you hit the like and hit the subscribe. I'm just holding these for bigger winners for you guys. There's the damage done. CCL, PayPal, you can see that. Just add it all up at the bottom. You can see our per share P&L there for all of these stocks as we go. PLTR as well, making moves to that name as well, but that's coming back down. You can see AMC, there's save for NEO, Lee Auto, Space, and whatnot. SPG also, another big banger for you guys that have watched the show for a while. Here it is, SPG, man, 9% upside. You guys want that. I already gave you rocket companies, so I think rocket companies for the next one. I'm already swing trading Palantir. Probably need to get out of that. I like rocket companies if we do break above. I just wonder, should we get into this a little bit earlier? Here's the one-day chart of rocket companies. I like it breaking through 24, but I kind of feel like that has to happen first before we put the buy on it. But I do like this for a little bit of a longer-term play. Just surprised it's not moving too much. We need a couple upgrades to get this one going.
Yeah, first a retracement play happening here on CBAT. I just saw it fail off of the 1050, or 1060. Check that price. If you see me, I'm looking at my level 2 here because I'm going to initiate a position to the short side. This is the first actual downward move that's had any kind of sustenance since, like, almost a half an hour or so ago. I'll give it to the high of day, but I want to make sure that I can take some profit off on a 10 even break and then down towards this 940, 950. That would give me almost $1 worth of a win, but it's possibly not done yet. This wasn't exactly the perfect entry that I would have liked. I wanted selling to come in, but I would have preferred a halt. That hasn't happened just yet in CBAT. Brennan, what's up?
One that made a big move on Friday. Nothing new on this one, but Solo, one of the EV makers, just coming back in on a radar, or a volume scanner, I should say, through 580 there. There was a little bit of a volume spike back to the downside, if you remember. Huge spike with the rest of the group back on Friday for Solo, guys.
Solo and Plug and everything going nuts right now as I look. Disney, big time mover as well. PCG, everything going up. So let's check out Disney right here. Disney, 199, 144 and change. Okay, what is this high? I don't mind this high on Disney, guys. So we can check back a little bit more as we go. But that's Disney right now making moves to the high side. 144.20. I like it on a break. Let's wait to see what happens. Neil banging the table. I hope everybody.
I just tried to double my position in CBAT right here at 10:30. I punched and missed. I couldn't quite get it. It immediately just flushed to the downside. So selling did come in off that 1060 area. All I got was the 1027s that we had here. I took some off on the south side of 10 even for a 50-cent win. Just got some off for almost $1. When we talked about this target a couple of minutes ago, that's where I wanted to make sure we got it out. I wanted to add, sometimes you get sideways action, sometimes you don't. As to why this thing never halted to the upside, you tell me. Someone explained to me some of these rules in the NASDAQ. But either way, the retracement is on in CBAT. Finally got this one for a better short. If it breaks and holds, if it breaks this level here, that 930 to 940 area, I would look to take the rest off around 860 to 880. That'll give me a $1.50 win on the final third. Brennan, what's up?
I just saw Apple kind of holding up here around 120.50. There was a couple of headlines on Apple this morning in the pre-market. It wasn't really doing anything. You can see it was negative, since gone positive, up 1%. But there was a couple of EU antitrust lawsuits filed against Apple. They announced those this morning. I just saw also, guys, all-time highs for the Dow.
Yeah, I saw that too. All-time highs for the Dow. So I was talking about getting into SPXU, and we did get into a little bit of that. So we're going to get out of that after the show. The market seems to want to go. We're into Palantir wrong here, guys. So we're going to get out. Like this little wick up, we were waiting for 80s to break, and it did not. So that little wick there triggered me in to Palantir. So that was not meant to get in there. We were waiting for 81 to break. The bad wick comes at 83, so it punches us in. So we're just going to get this out, man. 72, 73. We don't mean to be into this one, so we'll get out a little bit light, but it is making a march to 80. So we'll put some more shares on once it gets there. Big win, though. Fluky.
Yeah, just to get you guys back over to Zoom. I know I sort of neglected this one a little bit as I was focused on CBAT, and I think for good reason. Zoom is still going sideways on me, but it is in the money, guys. And I think as long as we hold low, we just cracked 12,000 on the NASDAQ downside. So No, I'm still going to rinse and repeat the same. Take a couple of dollars on the first half, looking for 7 to 10 on the bottom end of this trade, the back end of this trade as you were. If the market is going to continue with reversal, I liked Zoom once. We had a mixed result here, still positive on it. Let's see if we can't rinse and repeat and do the same thing. So Zoom short in the money, also short here in CBAT. It is bouncing a little bit, but I want to make sure that I give this one some room. Now that it's flushed this far, I just feel like there's probably going to be at least some kind of a chance for consolidation lower that I can short again. I don't know if it gets to $10. Certainly, I'll be all over it if it does. Otherwise, we're just going to take the $1.50 and not have any kind of re-entry into this position. I waited for this one to go parabolic. It did. We got short right the last minute. We were able to tell you guys right before we did it. But a nice winner on here in CBAT. Just wish I had more shares.
Yep. Yeah, that's always the case for all the, like PayPal. Wish we had more shares long on PayPal. I consider this one, here's the PayPal, right? We took this on the Warren Buffett news. Hold it against us about $1 and then take about 2 on the win. So that was a good one. Palantir, we're just getting out right now. Like I said, that was a mistake to get in at 66. So I'm not going to go crazy, but we did notice 75. There was a seller. I always get out all the time there. So that's a 9-cent win. We were playing the momentum up on Palantir. I have the order in to go again if we do break 80, but we're now out of Palantir. We actually have 20% left of this as I do the quick math. So we'll wait on that one to go to the high side there. And yeah, it's just been a good day. Okay, there goes CCL as well. We're waiting on CCL to see if they can make a move through the highs. I was talking with Prod, one of our traders. He likes the CCL break here, so I've been looking at that the whole time. I liked 85 this break. We missed it. It did go up to 18 even when that did happen, but I do like an 18 break. As you mentioned there, Brendan, Dow all-time highs. Coming off now, NASDAQ fading a little bit, but this market not giving back much today. It's been a big day, needless to say.
Yeah, I'm going to give an attaboy to Rocket Doc why'd I say that? Getting CBAT there for a nice little winner. Congratulations to you. I love it when you guys profit from some of these stocks, and especially because it's on the watch, and we talked about it. I know Brennan went over this name. I was talking about it a little bit. Just to go back to an old one here, you'll still see me stubbornly in AMC. It's obviously been fantastic. This, of course, was also on the watch list for you guys to take advantage of. There just hasn't been, it hasn't trailed me out here breaking this 320 or this 325. It hasn't hit my target. There's been no reason to cover this trade. And if you're sitting in the money and you've got targets for it to go further, you don't get jiggled out by the market or care about the fact that the market may get a bit of a retracement back to the upside. Who cares? AMC in the money, still working. I never got anything but these trades before the pre-market here up in the 350s or 340s and 350s. And you just hang on to your winner and ride as long as you want to. Put a trailing stop in, have a target, whatever it is. Until your system tells you you're wrong, you shouldn't be out of the trade. So I'm still hanging on to that last 15% of my AMC, and I'll continue to do so as long as we're below 325 or it breaks down towards 3 even. I still think there's support at 280. If it gets there, I'd look for a long position, but not before that.
All right, we are flat right now. We took out our NEO there for a nice little win at the end there, so we're really happy with the way that trade turned out. That's NEO out there, 43.63 off of this long, so that's just another 30 cents there. So, again, happy with that return. Think we could get more. We always do, and now it's going back to the high side, so we'll watch out for that. I have CCL still waiting for 18. I don't want to push things right now. You guys, we're already at the highest spot we've been at all day, so it's been a profitable one. You can see the numbers at the bottom for sure. So hopefully you're able to see those and understand what we're doing and where we're taking winners from and losers and whatnot and mimicking our trades up to you guys, but we like to tell you where we're long and short and getting in and out of a lot of these positions. So that's been a good one for us so far today. Palantir, we are out. So there you go. We'll talk about our trades out of Palantir right now on that move. Again, this was a mistake move. We meant to go long at 80. We took it all out at 75. Then our last 10% there. So it's a profitable one. Palantir goes right into profit land for us. But it's been there forever. But we're going to wait for 1580 to break. It might come right now, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Workhorse just been moved to the upside. I see you guys talking about it in the chat here. Thank you, Daily Chart, for not working out perfectly, but it is starting to get parabolic on volume. This is an opening range break, so pre-market break, opening high break as well. Into this time of day, I mean, I was trying to show you a bit of a look on the daily chart. The 15-minute will have to do. If we get up towards Thursday's top here, 2080, all the way to $1 higher, Friday's high, that looks like it'll be a target range maybe for a short workhorse on the move. You're seeing rollovers in a lot of the EV space. So workhorse, if it does try to sustain this move, I'll be looking for any kind of a failure around that 2080 mark. I don't see anything here in terms of news there, Brennan. He doesn't see anything necessarily either just yet. So if there's something hits the wire, I will be all over it in the event that it does. I'll get you guys back to CBAT. I know some of you have had this all day long if you've been trading it. I just got back into things. I did trail this one. I mentioned in the chat, I threw a trail just to make sure I locked in, like 60, 70 cents worth of profit. It is now continuing down. If it breaks 9 even, I'm getting out for about $1.30 to $1.50 or so in and around this opening range high, that 880 mark, guys. So I'll just take it out if it breaks 9 even. I'm not holding it down to VWAP. Obviously, it was a fantastic trade if you caught it at the top there. I was trying to talk you through my entire thought process as it was going to the upside and then trying to let you guys know when I was going to look for a short and what I would need to see in order to go short. So, thankfully, it was a good winner. I would have liked to see some sideways action to be able to build more of a position. It didn't happen, and there's nothing you can do about that. I can't control what the market's going to do. We can only ever take advantage of what we see in front of us.
Yes. And coming up soon, guys, we will be going to 8:30. November 30th. So mark that down in your calendars. We'll be live at 8:30. Make sure you double check that. Mark it down. I mean, still come at 9 if you want. We'll be reminding you throughout the next couple of weeks that we are back at 8:30. So that's starting November 30th. And here, okay, I mean, I'm still looking at Palantir. It's really the only idea that I have right now. I mean, I have a bunch of ideas, but I do like this on a break through. So we're going to get close to that right now. If it does fail, though, I'm looking at this bottom 60 again. So we're not going to go too crazy on this name, but I do like, well, I'm going to put on some shares if we do break above. I don't like that the NASDAQ's coming down against this position, but that is okay. Look at Plug Power, man. Last week, we went long this name in the teens, and now you're seeing what's happening to $25. Plug Power just keeps on going upside again, man, up another 5 and a bit %. Watch out for 24.85. That was this little bouncing off spot there. I'm going to go long 24.85 on Plug if that does break. And again, let that one go to see if we can get some 25 action. But Plug right now looking okay. There goes Palantir again, long 74 on, once again, another bad break. We don't mean to be long, guys.
Yeah, and this is one of those things, and anytime, you'll say this, if you get in a position you don't like it, just immediately get right out. If you have direct market access like we do at Day Trade the World, certainly doesn't cost as much for those like quick little mistakes. In and out, pay the spread, nothing wrong with it. I just want to get the Blink here, up 13%. You're seeing a similar pattern for some of these names. Some have already rolled over. Consecutive lower highs have already been put in. The market's hitting southbound. You'll see me only in shorts with the exception of TCO. Remember Simon Property Group buying them. I'm going to make money market making on it, but if you're not doing market making with direct market access, you have no business trading that stock. So, Blink starting its rollover. I'm short Zoom here flat on that position after winning earlier. CBAT and AMC still in the money, and I'm looking at Blink charging. If it can break down below this 1080 level, I think it can be a nice little pullback short sometime in the afternoon, ideally, or even during lunch, just depending on the timing there. I don't want to try to get too far into this one now, but I'm just looking at this as a possible retracement. Sean already crushed Boeing, but just letting you guys know it just made another push through the high of the day. So alert to this one, still going to the upside. I mean, last week there was already talk about this possible extension, or sorry, the ungrounding coming on the 18th. Further reiterating that news comes today. Boeing's been a good dip buy. I don't know what to say to you guys, but now through 200. And the crazy thing is, still room up to this one. Last time we talked about this is 230 mark. So on a swing, it looks fantastic. On a pullback into the 175, 180 range, it still looks good. I just think the next pull is going to be back into 190, and that's where I would look to dip buy Boeing. It's already 10:40. Time to get the morning wrap. Let's go to the big screen with Brennan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll jump into a little bit of a review session, talk about some symbols. We'll have a look at North American markets once again. Nicely positive right across the board still. The Russell, small caps, 2% to the upside today. Everything else still in positive territory. You can see tech stocks still lagging ever so slightly, 0.5% to 0.6%. To the upside, the Dow 1.5%, S&P about 1.08%. Let's look at top symbols from the show so far today, or this morning at least. NEO there, top of the board, per share P&L on that side of things. AMC, CCL, and Moderna, mRNA. All on the watch list, guys. Make sure you grab the watch list. If you're joining us for the first time, it's absolutely free to you. All of these were on the watch list. Here's NEO. I mean, long, short, take your pick. Lots of opportunity on NEO today. Has a stable of 44 here if you are looking on the short side at this point, but otherwise might get a test of that day high. But all kinds of volume, liquidity, opportunity again on NEO. This one was great as well. AMC to the downside, 355 all the way down to 3. It's done nothing ever since that initial move, but really great short off the bat. And CCL, yeah, again, long, short opportunities in CCL. Struggling, though, at 18 for CCL. Needs to really get through 18 if it's going to continue to the upside. So I'll look at a few names there. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Wickens. And we just tweeted it out. Yeah, Boeing, Neil brought that up, but yeah, missed on that one. Again, we're 9 for 10. It's no missed opportunities, but you could always have more money at the beginning than you did at the end. And this would have been a good example here with Boeing. Big time trade there. We're long 198 off that initial news that Brendan gave of the MAX coming back. So, okay, here comes Palantir. We're right near that level. We could finally maybe go long. We were waiting for this one for a while. Palantir, and now my chart won't load, but that's okay. We'll get a Palantir chart up in a second. Just close this one and load it back up. But we're right near that 1581 that we like for the long here on PLTR, guys.
Just sat back down here, and of course I look at Zoom, breaking back to the upside. It looked like it was good. I'm like, oh, I'll take a little bit of a quick bathroom break, and it'll run in the money for me. But, it's just one of those things where it's just still consolidating. The market's still going down. What I wanted to see was 12,000 break to the downside. Zoom, the retracement play stays negative, can't break up here. Just no follow through whatsoever. So, my stop is going to stay tight to this 391. If it can't go, it can't go. I'm just not going to throw away the profit that I've made in Zoom. It just feels a little bit crazy here, guys. I just saw someone asking to go long in Moderna. Now, I gave you the reasons a little bit earlier. Why I sort of bailed on my long trade here. You had a bit of a break, and Valeria just freaked out in front of me there. Everything okay, V? Okay, never mind. Just make sure everything's okay there. But there was a breakout trade here at 97.35. It came into VWAP. The market was running. It ran into a ton of resistance, just could not go. When I have a breakout trade, if it immediately runs into 2 points of resistance, like right away, these things are supposed to go fast if it's a breakout, not immediately have a seller at 97.50 and then immediately have another seller on the north side of 98. So I saw that happen. I took 50 cents profit. I tightened my stop to make sure I don't lose on that long. It was a great short. I think the long can still be in so long as we can hold this higher low. But the key for me would be 94.30 holding throughout lunchtime, and then maybe you get a secondary push. So that's why I got out of my long. Certainly, if you were still in it, maybe you were giving it to 94. I wouldn't do that because then 1-to-1 is breaking 100, or actually, breaking and continuing through 100. That's a little bit too rich for my blood there. So that's why I took off my long trade of Moderna.
Okay, we are long now, Palantir. We finally got that price we wanted, 82s. We wanted 81s, but we'll pray 82. Took a little bit off 84 there. Like we said, we are going to use some decent shares on this trade. So now we're breaking to the upside. We were waiting for this break to happen. Finally goes. I just wish it didn't look so garbage here. These are all raw. I mean, we made money on these, but we didn't mean to get in on all these wicks. But here we go, up to 90 right now it just went to. So we're going to watch Palantir taking out some levels. We are long. I told you this was one of the only ideas that we had for you, and bang, there it is, feeling like this again on Palantir to the upside. Some Superman action. We gave you this trade. I told you we were putting on some shares, and here we go, guys, a nice little 9-cent win to top off the show right now. Big time here going upside on Palantir. Just took some out there, 89s. Let's watch what happens with 90. But once again, guys, another good trade here on Palantir given to you. And let's just hope that we can break through 16. The high of the day today, 1734. That's in the pre-market. That's not going to worry us too much. I'm looking at the 1610 mark. What up, Beat?
Yeah, a few things with some late moves in the morning, including this one. Westwater Resources, one of those clean energy names. Big spike high side there. So we got kind of a parabolic move up through 520, then right back down. So it just popped up on a volume scanner back down through 5. So let's see what happens here for WWR as well.
WWR, that's another blast from the past. Just want to make sure we check out that one a little bit sooner. But I got to go back over to XPeng. We talked about Liato. We talked about NEO. we haven't talked about XPEV here, XPeng, sorry, and it looks like it's also going to be retracing. And now, what I like about this particular level is you have a top in the morning, you have a failure at the same price, 43 even, you had a bit of a break there, and now 1, 2, 3 tests at this just lower than 43, call it like 42.85 or so, but certainly forming like it's going to be a nice level here for a bit of a breakdown trade if it does happen. You've seen some nice retracements overall in this space. This just has the look of a great scalp trade if you have direct market access. Might even get you down to this 42. Hold a little bit deeper than that if you like it, but I'm taking XPeng here, 42.85 breakdown price. When I see multiple tests and multiple reasons to like a price, I got to go with that trade. So 42.85 for me, short side XPeng. If it happens in the afternoon, fair enough. I like to have some ideas going past just lunchtime here, and whenever it does break, I will have this one in XPeng.
Okay, yeah, I've been just destroying the EV spaces, guys, so we'll definitely want to look at that. I did want to look here, guys, again, 1590, there's some decent size there, so I have been getting out for 7, 8, 9 penny winners here on PLTR, but I did notice that there's some size right here, so we're going to get out and get back in once that size breaks. So we're going to wait for that to happen. When it does break, we'll get long again. Here it comes. So you're watching it right here live. You just saw 100,000 shares there. Every single one of these levels is represented by 100. So you're going to watch this. It's going to, there it goes. See, it's refusing right now to go down. You got a lot of dark pools. That's all these D prints, if you can see that. But right now it's refusing to break 90. So we've been getting out right now. We're pretty light now on this name. We're going to wait for 90 to break and then take some more. But that's just an update on Palantir. Again, guys, we're at the highest spot we've been at all day, cooking you up some winners.
Yeah, gonna love the winners, certainly. I hope everybody does. Just to track back in on a couple of positions, I know we have only about 15 minutes to go on the show, but still, of course, in the sideways action in Zoom, the market is rolling over. So, this short, a bit perplexing, of course. If it does want to go, I'm just gonna stick to the plan here, take my $2 on the first half, and then run the rest down towards this 380. I've had that target all morning long in this. Second, third pullback, whatever you want to call it here on Zoom. We're still in the target range, so really no concerns just yet. I also want to give you guys back to AMC, and all I will say about this one is we already gave you the entry point here. If it breaks this 310 to 315, which it's been in, I'll get out in front of 3 even. I'll think about longs at 280. Reason why? Just come into last week's action. Of course, you had the Pfizer news on Monday with a big breakup. Spent the rest of the week coming back in before holding 280 and then ramping up again. You can see the tight consolidation once it broke 3 and held that 280. That's the only reason I would think about going long in front of it. Obviously, I think I'd be scalping 5, 10, 15 cents if I could. And then if you get a 3 even break at some point, maybe that's a bit of a squeeze play on an AMC. Either way, still short, still in the money, looking pretty good on AMC.
And yeah, we're looking hella good on everything today as we go 9 for 10. The only loser that we have on board today, guys, would be Space. CCL, actually, now that I look at it, net is a little bit of a loser, but we've been crushing it to this side. This little drop-off spot early hit us there, but since then, it's been a big time for us. CCL, you guys making all that money there, hopefully back anyways. Palantir, we talked to you about that guy at 90, so that's why we're out, and you're seeing me get out right there as well at 83. So Palantir, no skin off our back. We saw that seller at 90. I told you we dumped this trade, and now we're long at 82 as it rips back up to 84, 83. Now we're completely flat on Palantir, and we will wait for this 90 to break as it comes all the way back. Then, thus again, hide your wife and hide your kids. Everyone hopefully is long with me at $9 on Palantir. So we'll probably get some out after market, but I don't know, man. I mean, this stock just keeps on moving high side. The only thing I might dump is some of that SPXU. This was a inverted ETF. I talked about buying some of this, and I did. I think it was 680 or 690 maybe on Friday, but falling back down. So right in here, yeah. So 690 probably on Friday. I don't think I got this dip. I think I'm long in here somewhere. So 690 down to 660. This is an inverted ETF against the market. So the market drops, this thing rockets up. 650 is going to be my out. Maybe even the bottom of today, 660 probably. What up, Pete?
I just saw this Vivo Power, another one we've talked about in the past, VVPR 12.5%. Just popping up here on a volume scanner as well. So 770, we're kind of coming up to that 8 area for Vivo Power. No real headlines on these, but some of these, this is not a clean energy name. This is a utility company. So in the electricity grid, they make some of the equipment for that. So VVPR as well, guys.
I also want to come back over to Blink. Charging, you're seeing it. We talked about this a little bit earlier off this 1080 level. We bounced another time off this 1080. If it puts in a lower high, that's one way to think about it to the short side. Potential for another long break if you get it to move to the upside. As long as it's held this 1080, I'd definitely be okay with that. I'm still looking to go short, still have my order to go short if it breaks this 1080 price level. But for now, Blink is making a bounce off that level that we pointed out. So it is what it is. You guys can play it however you like. I'm looking initially for 2 ways to go short. That would be the breakdown or the failure off of this twice lower high. 1127 is a high a day. It also failed at 1120 a couple times here. So if it rolls over, you got to scalp short. 1080 is the key price to watch out for all afternoon long. It's been a fantastic morning, guys. I can't really say enough about it. But I do want to go back to one name that I couldn't trade. Didn't have the locates on this earlier. Now we can get them here. A little pricey on this ATHE. But they might end up being worth it. A couple of failures here. One off of the open, off of that pre-market top at 370, doesn't quite get there, turns at 360. It just tried to break, and this is this pullback range, like 3 to 315. It just tried to break that now on a 3 even move. And then faded back in. So a couple of signs that this one is running out of steam. Just watch out because there is a little bit of volume that popped in here. So if it does hold at 250 all afternoon long, this would be a prime example of something that can go a little bit later on in the session, maybe like a 130, 230 breakout style trade. That would be off of a hold at 250. If it breaks this bottom, and you can usually throw those ones out the window. For now, ATHE is on the radar. It could be worth that pay for short as long as we give an opportunity to get short at this 3 even level. I wouldn't take it down here.
Okay, I like that you guys are asking me more questions here. Searching Life, you added another 50 shares, I guess, for the long term of Ford. There goes Palantir. We're long that one. I gave Ford to you guys, and I'm glad Searching Life is bringing this up. We're long already, sub 7, about 650 or so. We had Randy on, who's our car guy. We talked about getting long basically on this break. It was this break, actually. No, back in July. No, it wasn't. It was back in September. So it must have been around here, 720 or so. I thought we were long in the 6. Maybe it's this break here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're long off this, so nice little move ups for Ford. I like it long term. I don't see why we don't get back to 950 anytime soon. We've talked about that one. I am long Fisker as well off of SPAQ. That's been a good one. My longest play rate here would be Palantir. I mean, I'm long everything, guys. Another call you guys may like that I'm already not out of. I want to get out a little bit here after the show, and I will, and that's JP Morgan. I hate, this is in what we call our RRSP, which is like a 401k, but I was buying this thing below VWAP and telling you guys to buy this one, hand over fist, right? JP Morgan is a cash cow. We told you to buy this one. I did anyways. Down below 97, 96, 95. You can rewind the tape, go back to any one of these days, and now you're up to 118. That's 20% in a week, guys. You may want to take that. I am taking that after the show. And then the other one that we've been long at, 35.25 is the price, is DraftKings. Mr. Donkey Kong, yes. Bring me a dream. Okay. How about $45? Let's see if we can get back to 45, but DraftKings still on my radar as well. And then the other buy that I've made for a longer term play was 76 on AMD. And again, look at the drop here, guys, on AMD down to 75. Even Rob loaded up down here, 74, 75. Good trade up to 80. That's about a couple 10% wins right there, guys.
Just going to show you the out here. I talked about this and gave you guys where my target was going to be on CBAT. Whether you had this trade to the short side or whether you're looking for long stops as it is coming back in. My exit was around this 880. I talked about the here being a pre-market level that had failed at multiple times and a bit of a breakout trade. After first failing at 880, just before 11 o'clock, there was a breakout later on. That's why I had my last target in. It is trying to bounce back to the upside, so I'll go ahead and make sure I don't have my trailing stop get me long. I'm not going to take this one for a long style break trade. That said, for those of you that are looking for that type of play, if it holds this 880 range all afternoon, I've seen these things go, to the upside, second or third moves that can happen later on in the session. That's usually the case if it holds VWAP or holds a key level like a pre-market top or like an original breakout price. So for now, that's happened in CBAT. I took my cuts shorting this one multiple times with tighter stops, but finally got this one on the turnaround at 1050. Had to be a bit patient and disciplined to catch this trade here. Certainly could have had more shares as I banged the table when I didn't get those. The last one I want to come back to, and I'll go just back to this ATHE because it is looking like it is starting to come back down here. And I talked about the same thing happening for potential break in the afternoon, so long as it holds this. I said 250, but it is like a 245 also opening morning bottom here as well. So if it holds that, it's done enough volume. It just picked up on volume and to move to the upside. It might not be done. I would actually prefer CBAT. It's just a little bit less liquidity, which I think scares more shorts. That might have more room on a potential break, but ATHE so far holding up as well in terms of small caps that could go in the afternoon.
All right, and what else is holding up here? We gave you this one. I told you we would take out the stick, guys, on Peloton, and we did. So I don't know. Hopefully you're with me on this long as well. 81s, guys, was the long call right here. So hopefully you're still in that call. And now you're at 97, so that's an 18-cent winner. I know all you guys have that. Thank you so much to Alex remembering that call on JP Morgan. We talked about that. And look at all the love here. Palantir, the big stick. You guys love that. And you're welcome, Daryl. Look, this is the thing. Daryl, like, you got a lot of you on the chat are real traders. There's no doubt about that. But I definitely know Daryl's been on here, speaks very, very, fluently, very well about the markets. And thank you so much, Daryl, for acknowledging that the calls today that I've been making pretty spot on. And, I do like to tap myself on the back, but this is an education show, guys. So I just want you guys to follow the calls. That's why I continue to tweet them out. And we're 9 for 10. Right? No averaging in, no nothing like that. 9 for 10 on pure calls. See, like Palantir out there, like it rips up. Now we're still a little bit in this. We still have half of this trade coming back down. Watch out for 75s here. We just got in 81s, out 95s, 96s. So be very, very careful here. 75, we're going to get out. Palantir falling back down. What up, beep?
Guys, we are getting towards the end. It has been a great morning, obviously. Lots of opportunity. Neo's still kind of chopping around. Not doing a heck of a lot around that 44, but we are still in the middle of earnings season. Lots of opportunities come as far as earnings names. Let's have a look at what is coming up both aftermarket tonight and before the open tomorrow. Yeah, big names on there.
Yeah, I mean, you got Smile Direct Club, obviously Baidu. We mentioned a couple of times here, Walmart and Home Depot this week. Lowe's is also, I believe, later on in the session or later on in the week. Maybe it's on Wednesday. I have to check on that. And Kohl's as well. So there's going to be plenty to play here, certainly. And
I'm only going to Walmart should be good.
Walmart's got to be good. I mean, there's going to be this interesting battle between Home Depot and Lowe's, I do think, and Home Depot with fantastic news, making a bit of an acquisition today that we'll be watching to see how they do. But plenty to watch. Sean, you can't get away from the EV space. There's a reason we say it at the end of every single show, because as a trader, you have to go where volatility and opportunity is. And it doesn't matter if it's the same kind of 2 or 3 stocks. If they're your best ones, you just go back to the well over and over and over again. I think that's pretty good advice. I don't know what you think about that, Dershawn. What are you looking at for earnings or EV?
Yeah, so I'm looking, Palantir came all the way back. So I'm looking at Walmart only because, again, this is another one that I throw in my account, long-term spot. With COVID going crazy, Walmart right now basically back to all-time highs. No matter what happens to Walmart, this is the all-time high. Yeah, I think this is all-time highs today. No matter what happens to Walmart or COVID, like Walmart's made moves here, guys, on the electronic side of things. Shipping, pickups at their stores. If anyone's going to challenge Amazon, I believe it's going to be Walmart. It already is. I've placed some orders online with Walmart as well. Like, I drive up to the pickup spot, I open up the trunk, and they threw the stuff in there. So I just think with Christmas coming around the corner now, Walmart, I don't know if it's going to be a good report. We're long in this area, 120 on this break, so that was good back in July. Again, we did talk about that. I love the Walmart spot. I'm not in Home Depot, and I haven't been in Home Depot ever, so that's a missed opportunity. I wish I was in this name, but Walmart's had, if it ever loads up. This is what I was going to show you. Very, very choppy right now. Doesn't look at all like Walmart. So Home Depot, I'm watching for a break of 292 tomorrow. We get above 292, then I'll put a buy on that one. But right now, yeah, we're looking exciting tomorrow. And thank you again, Daryl, for the respect on the calls today. You know what's good, my friend.
There's one more thing we got to do before we get out of here. You guys know what it is. Certainly, we have some interesting national days every single time, and I think this is another interesting one here. Valeria, I'll let you guys know my pick when it comes to this category. Valeria, what's our national day today?
Thank you, Neil. And hey guys, thank you very much for starting this trading week with us. I wish you a great rest of the day, and please don't leave without subscribing to our channel and smashing thumbs up. Guys, our next educational video is available for you on the chat, and happy National Fast Food Day.
So I'm going to quickly tell you guys this story. My current wife, we were dating. I came by, said, "You want anything for dinner?" And so I'm going to McDonald's to pick something up. She's like, no, I don't want any. I don't like McDonald's. I drove over, had a Big Mac. I get there, and she says, you can eat that in the car if you'd like, because I don't want McDonald's in my house. The smell drives me nuts. Yeah, like a sucker, I literally sat outside and ate my Big Mac in the car. And thankfully, I can say that she was the one. Otherwise, that would have been a horrible decision. I mean, who's going to get whipped like that? But either way, I love a good Big Mac from time to time. It's not a burger. It's McDonald's. And I think that's the key thing there. So I salute National Fast Food Day, because every now and then you got to treat yourself. Hopefully you've been treated to some fantastic opportunities, and I hope you guys have learned something. I got to hit it because I'm told I have to do this. Interesting picture, I think so, whatever. We talk about trading setups. Of course, we all have fantastic ones here. But you guys keep asking us, what's a good setup for a trading station? How could I upgrade mine? So we brought one of our IT experts on, Rob, to talk about this category for you. I think it's a fantastic video. Valeria has dropped the link. It is on our Market Wisdom channel. So that is right there for you guys to watch. It has been an exhausting and fun morning. I have almost done, 500 trades. It's one of my highest because there was some market making that I was doing all day long. But crazy, crazy action today and a lot of fun. For the entire team here, got to go down the line because it's noon. For Valeria, who scared the crap out of me a couple of minutes ago. My man Sean Katina, keeping the hydration, even though the water looks frozen. And for Brendan Wickens, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you tomorrow, guys.